Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome Hollywood After Dark, 12/23/2021 today. Oh, today we're going to be laughing at one Mr. Paul Feig who can't let go of Ghostbusters 2016. Still real salty about all that. And apparently No Way Home could be up for Best Picture? That. Maybe a little bit of like fandom drama. Maybe a chud watch. Maybe a little bit of laughing at some particular Mr. Pasha. And who knows what else is going to happen tonight, so let's get the hell into it. Hey, what's going on, everyone? How you guys doing? Welcome to the party. So sorry for the delay. Meant to be home by 10 p.m., meant to have it all ready to go. And then, of course, like last minute, this like massive delivery order comes in. And you know what? It's the holidays, right? Daddy's got to make his cheddar. Yeah, I said it. So I had to go to work. And then that took a little bit longer than I thought. And then I had to stop by the store because you know how that is. And then I got home and now I'm here. So I do apologize for the delay, but this is unfortunately the life of a late night podcaster and Uber delivery driver. But tonight's going to be a lot of fun. Obviously, it is Christmas Eve. It is leading into what I'm hoping going to be a good weekend of fun times, right? Got to watch The Matrix, despite everyone telling me that it's terrible. Got to watch a few other things that are out there. And I get to spend time with my kids. So that's a lot of fun as well. So without further ado, what we're going to do is we're going to bring in, you know him, you love him, Caden. Hey, Caden, how's it going, buddy?
What's up? What's up, everybody? Oh my God.
I'm going to put you right on the spot. I'm just going to like shine that light right in your face. Go, Caden, what the fuck's going on?
What's going on?
Dance, monkey dance. It's like start throwing coins at your feet.
You're like hip hop.
Hippie did the hip hop. You don't stop a rockin' to the bang bang boogie.
Jimbo, shut up.
Hey, I heard I started getting messages today from people that were asking me like they're like, do you know if Enosh is alive? And I'm like, what are you talking about? Right? And like I'm like, what the hell's going on? Like, I don't know. Is he? I don't live anywhere near him, so I have no way of knowing. And I guess he dipped out for like an hour and a half on his own stream. I don't even know what happened. All I know is that like I was getting DMs and they're like, people can't get a hold of him. They've been trying to call him. We don't know what's going on. And I'm like, is he dead? I mean, it is near Detroit. Like, is he dead? And then he came back alive. And then I got the message. Okay, he's alive. And I'm like, okay, I kind of figured that. But it's like everyone was acting like someone snuffed out the Poindexter Lounge.
Yeah, Jimbo took over the Poindexter Lounge for like an hour 30 minutes.
Yeah, I took it out.
Yeah, it was funny because like I joined and literally like right like 5 minutes before his phone died. So like he was talking and then and he left. And it was like, what? And then like it was just like for like an hour and 30 to an hour 40 minutes straight with no William. We're just like, okay. Like 40 minutes we were like, okay, this is with no, you know, she was like, got really like scared. It was just like, he usually doesn't leave the panel for this long, at least. Like, if he like left, he would usually come back and be like, oh, I accidentally pressed this button. And then like he came back and he's like, oh yeah, my phone died. And like we're like,
yeah, StreamYard eats your phone battery, by the way.
It does.
Like I mean,
StreamYard, Twitter Spaces, it eats up your phone.
Oh yeah, eats my shit. Yeah, bring your charger, plug it in, have a full charge. You know, plan accordingly. When I go on, like tonight, I was on Max's stream for a little bit, and I had it plugged into my car, and I was running StreamYard, I was running Uber, and I was running DoorDash simultaneously. So my phone was basically just screaming at me, "Fuck you, kill me." I'm not designed for this much shit. And, you know, because, I mean, really, like, my phone will start to get hot because if I'm running too many things. So, yeah, you got to be careful on that one, obviously. Alex here with a great question, though. Should we have blamed Saggy if Enosh died? Yes. Oh, yeah, 100%. She would have put a Boba Tea hit out on him. So she just would have, like, you know, someone just would have been firing Boba balls at her from a distance. H-Bart's here with the $5 to kick off the night. Thanks, buddy. Starts off with a political take because this is a political show. It says here, even though Trump is dumb, did you see that he shot down Candace Owen on vaccine and said to get vaccinated? I heard about it. I didn't watch it. I have trouble stomaching Candace Owen, mostly because she is one of the worst grifters of all time, or best, depending on how you look at it. And this is the truth. Candace Owen started off as a far left person, as a far left liberal. You know, she like, and then she tried to create a website back in 2016 that was literally all about doxing children to hold them accountable for saying mean things on the internet. And then when everyone turned against her, she tried running further to the left, and the left shunned her. Left didn't want nothing to do with her. It's like doxing children. Hell no. We want nothing to do with that. So then she just woke up and chose violence by joining the right wing. She's like, the left has ditched me. Therefore, I am now conservative. Hail Trump. Hail, you know, and then ever since then, she's had a couple of real hot takes.
Like, she even said like Australia needs to be attacked. Needs to take their resources. It's like, what are you saying right now?
I don't know. Does Australia have natural resources that aren't just things that want to kill you? Like Australia would be fantastic if they were an entire country that was run by like the Illuminati. Yeah, no, really. If Australia decided that it really wanted to like do well in the international market, it would just become like an assassination nation. You know what I mean? They'll be like, welcome to Australia, mate. What can we do you for? And sound like Russian. I'd like to kill the leader of opposition party. And they'll be like, right out, mate. What do you want? I got it over here. I got a wallaby with a knife. It's a big knife. It is not a small knife. He can cut people. Right? Look at Chester over there. Chester had 2 arms. Now only 1.5. You know, like you want a spider? like it's just,
you want a giant spider in your
yeah.
house
This kangaroo boxes people. You know, like we could send in this kangaroo who's ripped as shit, and this kangaroo could go and like commit this hit. You know, you think Hit Monkey? You think Hit Monkey isn't based on real life? No, it's from Australia.
You want a koala?
Yeah, you want a koala? Eh? This koalas. We replace this eucalyptus with methamphetamines. By the way, if you don't know, koalas go crazy without the eucalyptus because it keeps them like basically like sedated. So they're chill because they're always high.
Yeah.
So if you ever take a koala away from its eucalyptus, it will probably kill you.
Yeah.
I'm just going to let you guys know that right now. That is most likely.
Like, they look cute and everything, but they are vicious.
Yeah. Kaylin, koala bears are cute though. I love them. Hold on here. Kaylin says they have a trailer for Scoob 2 and Gremlins for HBO. Wait, really?
Wait, they released the Mogwai trailer?
Yeah, and hold on, Scoob 2?
Yeah, they're doing a holiday special.
Oh, sweet. Okay, I'll tell you this. When I first saw Scoob, I hated it. I hated it when I first saw it. And then I watched it again like a couple weeks later with like my kids, and I fucking loved it. Like I love that movie. So I don't know what happened. I don't know what clicked for me, but cool, man. Cool.
The kids, you're like, oh yeah, this is the energy I need to watch this in. Kid energy.
Black Ops says, "Damn, Matt's got some accent skills." What do you think I do when I'm like in the car by myself? I'm not even making that up, right? I'm not even making that up. I practice. I try to practice. I talk to myself a lot while I drive around making deliveries. Like I think of like how I want to say things, and like I practice the cadence and things like that, you know?
Whenever people say cadence, I'm like, wait, what?
Oh yeah, because your name's Caden. Yeah, that's right. Yeah. You know, but no, like if you ever want to do like if you ever want to try to talk Irish, it's totally stereotypical, but you could say something along the lines of like potato, Guinness potato, you know? And then really like or
good
like
eye, mate.
Good eye, mate. Welcome to the Outback Steakhouse. It is. Or that's more Cockney. I always fuck it up. I always kind of go Australian and Cockney. New Zealand Kiwi is a bit easier because it's a bit higher. You know, you like my chesties? I got my chest hair. You like my chesties? I got my boaties, my little slippers. You know, it's a little bit higher pitch for that one. The Scottish though, that's a lot of fun, right? You're like, you know, so I can do it. Trying to think of something to say in Scottish. Fuck off, mate. You fucking bastard. That's not even anything. I can't even tell. Now, see, now
Yeah.
I'm overthinking it, so I fuck it up. That's my problem. But like when I took acting classes, we were like trying to do English, and my teacher was like, okay, everyone give your best British accent, and I forget exactly what I said, but I was all like, like, hello there, how are you today? Well, it's nice to talk to all of you, and
Right.
and something along those lines. And she's like, wow, like you're like, pretty good at that. And I'm all like, yeah, I grew up watching fucking like Monty Python and Are You Being Served and Waiting for God and Blackadder, like these are the comedy shows I grew up watching as a kid. And those are all British, Faulty Towers, all that shit. It's all British. So I have a very British sensibility when it comes to comedy. And even some of my followers who might be a bit like on the British side, I think they get a kick out of that occasionally. Like I was talking with one the other day, and we were just kind of discussing a particular person, and he's like, oh, it came up about like her attractiveness, and he's like, oh, I was just being a bit cheeky, and I'm all like, cheeky, eh? I mean, something stupid like that, but it's just like, trying to find those little jokes that kind of throw off in there and everything else. But anyway,
Yeah.
enough about me, because quite frankly, I'm uninteresting. H Bart's here with $2 more, says, ever see the huntsman spider? Yeah, fuck that thing. Oh yeah, dude, I've seen a huntsman spider.
Oh,
You ever seen a
God.
camel spider? I
Don't
mean, they're
talk
not
about-
poisonous.
They're not poisonous, but they're big, and I'm just like,
Dude,
oh,
one time,
God.
okay, I'm at the drive-in, all right, I'm at the drive-in in San Diego. I'm sweeping up the snack bar, and I'm not even fucking kidding you. A
Oh my
camel
God.
spider came in. A camel spider
Oh.
came in. And I'm like, the fuck is that thing doing here?
Yeah.
And my coworker's like, what are you
Get
talking about? I'm like,
away from
there's a
me.
camel spider that's here. We're not in Iraq. We're not in Afghanistan.
No.
We're not in the Middle East. But in San Diego, East County, at least is where I lived. There's a whole bunch of military bases over there. So what I think is somebody brought one home and this thing got away, and then somehow ended up like at the drive-in, which is a huge fucking parking lot, and then
We
wandered
were in
into the
Palm
snack bar like,
Springs.
can I get a hot dog?
Yeah, we're in Palm Springs, and I saw that big spider. I was like, no, get away from me. I know what you are. I know you're not poisonous, but still, get away from me. Like,
Yeah.
back off. Like, or I'll smack you. Like, I'll kill you. Like,
There's a lot of crazy. Let's see. Matt creates situations in his head and talks in my driver. Yes, I do. I absolutely do. I 100% do. And in those situations, I am like the world's greatest badass. But like, I have an active imagination. Oh well, we have a $10 super chat here from Emil Mathlier. I'm not sure I said that correctly. $10. Thank you so much. I find your channel super entertaining. Keep up the great work. Thank you very much. I really appreciate that. I try to have fun here. We don't always talk about fun things, but I try to have fun in the best way that I can. Thank you so much. Really, really, really appreciate that. And you definitely seem new here. So welcome to the Hwad party, or the Hwad squad, I think is one of the terms somebody has used. I haven't fully named everybody yet. I think that's kind of awkward, to like brand a community here. But that seems to be a name that you guys are kind of taking
evil. That is evil. Matt, as a joke, we trapped a yellow jacket bee in my friend's book bag. That's evil. That's villain. Like, that's evil.
Is your friend allergic? Is your friend allergic to the yellow jackets?
That's even more evil.
Well, here's the thing with yellow jackets, though. Yellow jackets don't sting; they bite.
No, they bite.
Because they eat flesh. When we used to go camping at the coast, the Oregon coast, there's dunes out there, right? And there'd be yellow jackets all the time. So we would make all these yellow jacket traps, just as a way to like get them to fuck off. And we would get bit pretty often by yellow jackets out there. Now wasps, those are some hefty motherfuckers. I'm not a big fan of wasps.
Yeah, no.
So
Like, there's like a yellow jacket nest like next to my house, and I just, whenever I bring in the cans, I would make sure I don't see one when I bring in the cans, because I don't want to see one.
have you ever had to take out a wasp nest that's in the ground?
No.
Yeah, oh no, it was a yellow jacket nest in the ground. We poured kerosene in it because my stepdad thought that was the right idea. He's like, he's like, hey, help me. It's like Saturday night at like 11 p.m. He's like, hey, can you help me take care of this yellow jacket nest outside? And I'm like, sure. Because, at that point they're asleep, right? They're asleep at that time of night. So we went in there and like treated it like World War I warfare, and just like, you just poured kerosene in, and oh my God, they were pissed. I got stung. I got bit a bunch. I was so pissed. I was like 10 or 11 years old or some shit.
Vacuum them. I was just like, dude, what are you doing? Like,
I had a wasp nest that was being that was on like the upper awning of my house where I couldn't get to it. So I went and took my hose and I just like waited for them to go to sleep and I just turned it on jet and I just like hosed them out and then they never came back. Now the remnants of it are still there like 4 years later and I've got to get up there at one point and like scrape it off. But you know, at this point I treat it like it's a warning. Right? Like I treat it like it's a warning for any wasp that comes by. Like, wait,
right.
is this a suitable place to live? And it's just
Nope.
like a graveyard. It's just like the
Right.
remnants. It's an abandoned ghost town. Like,
It's
wait,
like
people
that
died
dead
here.
wasp that's like, leave. Like, that's like
Yeah.
half alive. It's like,
Yeah.
leave before you still can. It's like, ooh.
Anyway, we've been talking for a bit about spiders and bugs and things that want to kill you, i.e., everything in Australia that's not you.
Right.
But I did want to address something right off the bat because it was left at the very first comment, the very first comments of the night. And I'm trying to decipher it a little bit. Maybe you can help me out here. Bat Dan, who hangs out here every once in a while. He's big over on like the I think he hangs out with Enosh at Point Extra Lounge, and I think he's over on the Pop Culture Corner. Says this to me. So how does it feel not having seen No Way Home? I'm assuming anyone toxically or
if anyone.
Yeah, I'm sure if anyone toxically campaigns for something like Spider-Man fans threatening to storm Sony if they don't work it out with Disney, that you boycott it and don't support the campaign in any ways. What such as movies that would appease the toxic side or does that only apply to Snyderverse fans? Man, sober me will regret this. Okay. Like, I mean, I believe the context here is something in regards to like when there was back in the summer of 2019 when Sony and Marvel had their split and there was a lot going on, a lot of like, you know, there might have been jokes by Spider-Man fans to threaten to storm Sony. I don't remember if I heard about that at all. Again, it's been like almost 2.5 years. And so, did I support that campaign? I'm assuming this is what he's implying. I'm pretty sure I didn't because I never supported anything like that. And then I guess like, but then he's talking about the Snyderverse fans. Now, is he suggesting that like toxic Snyderverse fans will storm Warner Brothers? I mean, I might have made that joke in the past. I've also said that fans of the Fandom Menace might get too worked up and like take a gun and go find Kathleen Kennedy if they feel their precious Star Wars is like completely ruined by women, because that's the kind of rhetoric that they espouse. So I don't quite get what he's getting at here. Obviously he admits he's drunk.
Yeah.
So
that time when he's drunk is hilarious.
you know what? This is my first time experiencing it. So I don't fucking know.
He was on Enosh's stream one time drunk and he was just like saying some funny stuff, honestly.
Man, oh man, oh man. I have no freaking idea what to make out of any of that. To be fair, I feel like it's one of those things where look, I don't support the toxic side of any fandom. Do I feel that there's a toxic side of the Snyderverse fandom? Fuck yeah, 100%. Been there for a while. Do I jokingly call them Snyder cultists? At this point, they almost treat the guy like he's Jesus in some respects. And you know, they'll be like, we're just waiting now for the holy Lord of Zack Snyder to come on down from the mountain on high on those Hollywood hills and to lead us to better pastures, to greener pastures, ladies and gentlemen, people of the flock. You can come rally around me here tonight to tell you the story of Zack Snyder while we wait for him to descend upon on high to teach us about Rebel Moon or Planet of the Dead or Twilight of the Gods, or maybe God willing, God help us all, the Snyderverse 2.0 Justice League with Ben Affleck back as the Batman. I mean, it could be something like that. They act like that shit, you know, like, and if you're not locked up in them, amen. Can I get an amen?
Amen.
Amen. See, I should become a pastor, right? I can rock that shit. Get out there, it's telling a passion. So my Sunday morning service would just be all like, let me walk you through the holy land that is the box office reports. don't fucking know. I don't. My stomach hurts so much. I don't.
Well, rest in peace, Matt.
Yeah, well, Matt's right.
Man broke.
All I'm saying is, look, man, like, I'm just. Am I drunk? I'm actually not. I have not had alcohol since any alcohol. I have not had since July 2019. So I have not had any alcohol or weed since 2018, booze since 2019. So yeah. H right here. Matt's laughing like the night Andrew Casali said he gets mad at his dad. Yeah, because that was funny. Toby's coming back, Dad. That was one of the funniest. That was hilarious. Why doesn't anyone like Toby? Like, don't they even know like Spider-Man 3 was like the best of the franchise? Come on, Dad.
Oh my god!
All right, I'll
Last
leave
night
Andrew
I had
alone.
to school him on the why. Like he was like, there's someone said that Batman Begins plus Dark Knight equals Man of Steel and BVS. I'm just like, no, that's like, I forget the math now, but it's like between either 220 million difference. So yeah, not close at all.
Yeah, James here is no weed since 2019. No, 2018. The last time I smoked weed was July 2018. Come on, guys, don't bully Andrew. but come on, bully McGuire, dude.
I'm getting PTSD from earlier. Andrew was arguing with the chat on.
I do not have a problem with Andrew. But
Yeah.
when he was going on, because if you know Andrew Casali, when he
Yes.
goes into someone's chat, he will generally go off on something. It's usually something Spider-Man related.
He'll change the subject to Spider-Man right away.
Yes. And then
Spider-Man specifically.
Yeah, and then after that, like he said something about like getting into a verbal argument with his father, and it just made me die laughing because I could just imagine how that conversation would go. Now asking me if was the Matrix 4 good? I haven't seen it. If I can finish up tonight. No, they were kind of spoiling it on Max's stream. I haven't.
This is that they kind of continue the trend of Matrix 3 of it being a Trinity story. But it's still it still obviously still follows Neo, but it's like, but you can tell that it's a Trinity story.
Okay, well, I'm fine with that. I'm fine with that. I give it a
7.5 out of 10.
Okay. Because like it's either you love it or either you like it or you hate it. There's really no in between from what I've been hearing. But the thing with me though is I look at it and I think to myself, okay, the concept of like what the Matrix is now compared to what was 20 years ago, I feel like there's going to be a meta. From what I hear, it's a very meta.
It is,
and I want to understand the meta part of it because I feel like the Wachowskis, well, at least Lana, is it Lily or Lana who does? Lana did this one.
Lana did this one.
I really do wish
Lily is retired.
Yeah, well, it makes sense because actually after Sense8 got canceled, and Jupiter Ascending like went to shit, right. and I mean that was I would love to see a director's cut of that movie because I do feel Warner's cut it down. I feel like there's like 30-40 minutes of more story that is in that movie somewhere that would be that would make it like cohesive to some extent. However, they had a production house in Chicago that like right when the news broke that Warner's was working on another Matrix movie without the Wachowskis, they ended up like selling that. And like, so what I think with that was like, I think and I'm probably wrong, but again, my speculation is that like Warner's had approached them to do it. Maybe it fell through. They ended up breaking up as a team. And then Lana came on to go and do this one. Is potentially what it is.
Yeah. It's, I would say the first first 15-20 minutes are pretty slow, but then it gets picked up right away.
Okay. Well, I
But
mean,
that's
sometimes
usually
it happens in the
yeah,
sequels.
with a 2 hour and 30-minute movie that happens. So
Yeah.
it's
Well, I mean, that was a great thing about Spider-Man No Way Home is that it picked up immediately after the events of Far From Home.
right.
So you didn't need 20 minutes of setup, because if you go back and you watch, let's say, Pirates of the Caribbean, The Curse of the Black Pearl, so the very first one, and then you watch Dead Man's Chest, the sequel, when the first 20 minutes or so of Dead Man's Chest are kind of reintroducing you to the characters. Even
Right.
though it had only been 3 years, it didn't, the first one didn't really end with a cliffhanger. And so they were obviously like, okay, we need to like reintroduce everybody to this world, even though they don't have to. Like, that's the whole thing now. Where we are with these movies is we don't need, in my opinion, we don't need as many origin stories anymore for established characters. Like, just make
Yeah,
it,
no.
people will figure it out on their own. And if not, if like they're confused, they'll be like, wait, hold on. Like, someone could go, wait, how did Spider-Man become Spider-Man? I don't know, man. It's fucking 2021. Look it up.
Right.
Like that's what it should be, because it just wastes all this damn
Just
time.
watch Spider-Man No Way Home, and he says it literally in there. He says, "Ever since that spider bit me, like, boom, there."
Yeah,
Says
there you
right
go.
there.
There you go.
you go.
Yeah. Real quick here, command unit for 15 shekels. Thank you, buddy. It says 40k pill of the day, Warhammer 40k new heroes for a Dark Imperium. All right. We will take a look at that. I got it screenshotted, so I'll bring it up here towards the end. Thank you for that very much. But anyway, and then I did want to quickly point out that I saw H Barts make the comment here. I just wanted to say, he says here, started watching Squid Game tonight since I'm off work. My God, it's great. No dubs though. Those are bad. Dubs are terrible. The dubs for Squid Game are remarkably bad. Apparently, from what I heard, Netflix only spent like $6,000 on like the audio dub.
What?
Yeah. Now, granted, I mean, people, I don't know how much those dubs they get paid for. I know like the one time I was tangentially involved in a project that had that, it ended up, we had no budget, and it ended up, we paid nobody, and it ended up still airing on Brazilian television. Like, I am a Tamagotchi monster on Brazilian TV somewhere. It's
Right.
weird. Yeah, it's a weird story. But anyway, Squid Game is GOAT, dude. It's the best thing I've seen so far this year.
I haven't seen it yet, honestly.
Yeah, all right, yeah. Yeah, so I guess you're gonna invite in Jimbo. That's cool. But okay, so let's take a quick click here at the chat, catch on up. Yeah, 6,000. It was one of those things where if you listen to the dubbing of fucking what's it called? Of Squid Game, the dubbing is terrible. Like, it's so over the top. And it's like, I tried listening to some of the dubbing and it just made me want to like pull my hair out. But then I listened to the subbed, I listened to it in their original language, and it was excellent. Like, man, those guards, like the way they talked and the way it sounded in Korean was like so fucking menacing. So I love Squid Game. So good. Need me for Warhammer tonight? No, we're not talking Warhammer, Emperor. We're not talking that. Thank you for the super chat. But we're not talking about, we're just going to react to a trailer at the end. It's kind of one of the things we do towards like the end of the week with Command Unit. So we don't really talk much about it. We just react to a trailer really quick. It's kind of his 40k pill moment of the week. So no, we're good on that one, man. We're good on that one. But all right. Well, while we're waiting for Black Ops, because I saw asking if I see the new Uncharted trailer. I have not, but I do have it queued up to watch. So and you haven't seen it yet yourself, have you,
Yeah, no,
Caden?
I haven't.
All right. So I do want to see this because look, I'm hyped for this movie. Maybe I'm alone.
I saw someone say that if you are hyped for this movie and you haven't played the games, or you've played the games, then you aren't a true gamer or something like that. I'm like, oh god.
That person can lick my taint. Like, just lick my taint, dude. Are you kidding me? I've been playing him like first time I played Uncharted was at PAX in 2007, before the game even came out. And I didn't get a PlayStation 3 until a couple years later, but the first game I bought was Uncharted 2. The first game I played was Uncharted 1 because I borrowed it from a friend, so I wasn't lost. I beat Uncharted 2 and immediately replayed the game. I played that game like 5 or 6 times. I love Uncharted. And so, you know what? The thing is, though, you're never going to get a one-to-one adaptation. You just never are. You just never are going to get a one-to-one adaptation.
Also,
I
think this is a prequel to those games.
Yes, it's a prequel. Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's see here. Hold on. Some 8 says I dislike No Way Home. It's trash. Oh my god, dude.
Oh my
Wow.
god.
That's
No,
that's a take. That's
that
a take
is
there, buddy.
a take for
That's
sure.
a take. But by the way, there's 87 people watching right now. You guys are awesome. Thank you all so much. If you guys want to help out the channel, one of the best ways to do that would be to subscribe if you haven't already. And then also too, hit the like button, man. I know, or the dislike, whatever you feel like doing. It's all good. I'm okay with that. I'd prefer the like, and and then it does help everyone, help more people see it, and more people get access to Hollywood After Dark, which is, I would argue, the fastest growing late night movie podcast. Thank you very much. All right, what's going on, Jimbo?
Hey, what's going on, guys?
Not too much, man. Not too much. We're just getting ready to check out this particular thing. We're gonna check out Uncharted. See how this trailer plays. Hopefully, it's good. But I'm also not getting too excited because it is a Ruben Fleischer movie.
Hey, kid. A little young for a bartender, aren't you?
A little old for prom, aren't you?
Oh snap!
Everything in here.
Burn.
Why the map?
It's the biggest treasure that's never been found.
5 billion, easy.
But it's just a story.
I beg to differ.
$500 ago, my family found the world's biggest fortune, then was betrayed. People have been searching for it all in vain.
Both you turn your keys clockwise at the same time.
Thanks a lot. You almost got me killed.
Clockwise, Sully!
Well, it was 50-50, so I made a guess.
Clearly.
The voyage was not just about gold. It was something much more valuable. This cross has a very tragic history. So much blood.
I'm pretty sure he just threatened to kill me. Oh, this is gonna suck!
Don't get caught.
You were just gonna leave me back there.
Somebody had to get the cross.
Your brother believed that there was a final piece.
Well, you know what my brother said?
You have no idea who you're partnered with.
What else aren't you telling me?
The victor spoils.
How are they gonna get them out of here?
Oh shit! Oh
Whoa.
shit! Oh fuck!
What the heck?
What? What? Oh my god! Oh my god! That looks so cool.
Pirates of the Caribbean action right here.
Oh yeah.
Hey, put him down, boys.
What is that thing on your face?
Yeah, puberty's right around the corner, kid. You can grow your own.
Exclusively.
All right. That sold me. That sold me
That's
on
pretty
it.
good.
That looks pretty good. Moisture says here, I feel like it's spoiled a bit too much. I don't think so. I don't think so. It looks like it's been a pretty good time. Laser Luke here says mustache. Yes.
Antonio Banderas.
Antonio Banderas, Mark Wahlberg, Tom Holland. Man, I'm actually pretty happy about that. Some here says that looks way better than No Way Home. Oh, that's whatever. Clone here says, not gonna lie, that's a cool set piece that you'd expect from an action video game. Not just an action video game. That's what you would expect from an Uncharted video game.
Yep.
Yeah,
You would expect something like that in there, and that's why I reacted the way that I did, because it looks like a fucking Uncharted game.
Well,
And
they
so-
did take stuff from that scene with the helicopter that was from Uncharted 3, so they do have some aspects from the game
Yeah.
in the movie that I saw.
And I do like that we are getting a younger Chloe Fraser. So I'm happy that we get to see Chloe when, get their initial relationship, because, it was implied in Uncharted 2 that they brown cowed. So obviously this is going to be that time. Hey, look, we never saw Tom Holland clap cheeks in fucking No Way Home, but we might get to see him clap cheeks in Uncharted. Our boy's growing up, folks. Our boy's growing up.
Yeah,
It's growing so fast.
He's growing so.
he's about
That's
to
what
lose
she
his
said.
cinema virginity.
Oh my god.
I'm very happy for that. Let's see. Jess here Says for $5 says, what would it take to give you the weekly anime pill just to entice you into watching more? I don't know. I honestly can't tell you much about that right now, man. I don't. Anime just doesn't like entirely blow my skirt up. You know what I mean? Like, I wish it did. I know everybody wants me to get into it that watches this, but it's like it just hasn't. I don't know. Like, I like darker, weirder mystery shit. All right, how about that? You know, I like that kind of stuff. Yeah. I mean, maybe we'll figure something out at some point in time. You know, maybe we'll do a community watch one night. All right. RPK with $10, man, says, don't go in. Thank you, by the way. Don't go into Uncharted thinking it's a movie version of the game. Really enjoyed the test screening I saw in September. The trailer is a little misleading. Still calling it the best video game movie. There's no way you're going to be able to go into the Uncharted movie thinking that it's going to be a straight 1-to-1 version of the game, because there's so much they can do in the movie that they're not going to be able to do, or so much they can do in the game that they can't do in the movie. Never mind, it's condensing like a 9-hour story into a 2-hour movie. So what I want is the general idea of the Uncharted, right? I want there to have good camaraderie between Sam, or between Nate and Sully, which it feels like it's there. That line at the end there about puberty felt like a line Sully would say. So I think that felt pretty good. I want there to be.
Think
yeah, go ahead.
Honestly, they're not. I think this movie might prove that, like what just ran very intelligent Drake said, that they were pretty good picks for these roles.
And I was concerned about both, to be honest with you, because I've always been a longstanding, a vocal person for. I want Nathan Fillion to play Drake. That's what I want. I want Fillion to play Drake. And
if you wanted a film that takes place after the video games, yeah.
And maybe we'll get that. Maybe we'll get that when Fillion gets a little bit older, but he's still in really good shape. If you've seen The Rookie, he looks fantastic.
Oh, I love The Rookie.
So, he was TDK and as the detachable kid in Suicide Squad looked pretty good. And I'm pretty sure we're going to see him pop up again in that franchise. And that Uncharted fan film that he did a couple years ago was epic, and it was really good.
It. That's why I was like, when they announced that they're making an Uncharted movie, I was like, oh, they must be doing him. But then like I saw Tom Holland, I'm like, oh, I'm just kind of trying to figure out what type of story they're doing, and I'm kind of growing on both of them in their roles, and I'm kind of excited more to see this movie for sure after this trailer.
Yeah, no, I really want to see what they're going to do with it. I think it's going to be a lot of fun. Is it going to be perfect? No, not at all. Am I going to have complaints? Yeah, 100%. But you know what? I liked Tomb Raider in 2001. I liked Cradle of Life in 2003. I liked the 2018 Tomb Raider reboot. It's not hard to please me when it comes to action movies. Just make them fun. Why do you think Fast and Furious does as well as it does? It sits there and it doesn't ever have to explain itself. It just does it and moves on.
Right.
They're just like, oh yeah, no, they jokingly say like, we're going to go to space. And then you know what? Eventually that ends up happening. And you know what? The movie, the logic of the world is just going to take it, and they're just going to go, okay.
Yeah.
So that's really kind of the way that I see it. McLeod here says, I'm in the same way. Give me something I'm familiar with, anime, i.e. Star Wars Visions, upcoming Terminator anime, that is easier to digest, and I'll be all over that. I mean, sure. I do. Do I think more things should do like maybe an anime, like, vignette version of them, like short films? Why not? I mean, the Animatrix is pretty fantastic, but then you got your stinkers. Batman Gotham Knight, which came out right around the time of The Dark Knight, was again that kind of collection of a bunch of short films, that was all anime inspired. I think it was like 9 different anime studios. And it was like, for the most part, garbage. Because it didn't fit the aesthetic. You don't go to watch fucking Batman and go like, anime! It doesn't work. And then they did it again in 2010 with Halo Legends. Did you guys ever see that one?
No.
Oh, it's bad. Like, think Master Chief. Again, it's like 8 or 9 anime inspired short films about Halo. People want a fucking Halo movie or something that resembles the game, not anime. Because it's a Western property that like doesn't have roots in like Eastern tradition. Like the Animatrix makes sense because like they were able to tie it in and it works okay. You know, you can kind of get that vibe a little bit from it. It works. You can play with it a bit. Because, you know, you can pull, if you look at like, let's say Blade Runner, it, you know, it had the noir cyberpunk aesthetic. And oftentimes when you think about cyberpunk stuff, it has a lot to do with, you know, Asian culture because of the massive cities and the way that they embrace technology. That is how we view that. So you can play in those tropes and have a bit more fun. Not fucking Halo. You know, I mean, okay, Drake here says some of the shorts in Gotham Knight were awesome. The one with Deadshot was good. That I'll admit. You know, I'm just saying it's kind of like that's kind of the way that I see that particularly. But anyway, I mean, look, there's a you know, I want to see this movie. I think it's going to be a lot of fun. And with any luck, we'll get to see what comes out here in a month and a half.
Wow.
So two Tom Holland movies. I wonder if we're gonna see a little bit of a crossover. You know, fans of Tom Holland are like, hey, I want to go see this movie, and then Sony's having a good year. Let's be fair. Sony's having a pretty good year. And
Oh yeah.
and you know what? They need it. Bless them, they need it. They really do. Willie,
No Home is about to make $1 billion.
that's right.
Yeah, it's probably gonna make it, and I would say probably with at max a week. I don't know.
I think before 2022.
For sure. That's kind of like a given at this point. It's been growing rapidly.
Well, I mean, the thing is, though, you know, what they're looking at here is the fact that right now it's sitting at around $873 million worldwide in a week. And you're looking at the second weekend, which is the holiday weekend. Yeah, sure. Christmas is on Saturday, but people are going to go out tomorrow to go see movies. People are going to go out on Saturday to go see movies. This thing's going to pull in another 100 million easy in the United States. And it's been doing like 30 million a day here.
Yeah,
it's crazy. Wasn't it like 250 million like opening weekend, or just like in the first couple days?
I think it was like 283 opening weekend, or was it 253 opening weekend?
it's like 283 opening weekend domestic.
Yeah, that was just domestic.
Yeah. That was crazy. I was like, wow.
But it could currently, it's looking at here, according to one estimate, potentially hitting 1.3 billion by the end of 2021. So just by the end of 2021, hitting 1.3 billion.
They're probably going to hit, like you said, probably 100 million like in the next couple of days, because a lot of people have a tradition where they go to the movies on Christmas Day, you know, after they open presents, go to see a movie, and it's kind of like people's tradition. So I bet the movies are also going to be packed on those days as well, and that's going to bring in a lot of money.
Yeah. I spent all those years working for a drive-in, and I would oftentimes work on Christmas night because like there was nothing else to do. Nothing else was really open, you know? But then on the nights I didn't work, we would frequently end up at strip clubs because they were open. That was. I swear to God, I swear to God, one night, and this is kind of TV related. I was at a strip club in San Diego, and I go to the bar, and I see a guy there who looks just like Sean Hayes from Will and Grace, like Jack, who is gay in real life. And I could have sworn it was him, and he was in San Diego at a strip bar on Christmas night. Weirder things have happened, to be fair. But like I looked at him for a second. I'm like, I want to say that's him. I got a good eye for this sort of thing. You know. Also, I was at a titty bar on Christmas. It's a long time ago. A long time ago, folks. A long time ago. We're talking like 15 years. So, long time. Andrew here coming in says, make Spider-Man 4 with Toby. Andrew, I just don't think that's going to happen. But I'll tell you what, man. I will campaign for it. I'll campaign for it if you beat your dad in a fight.
Oh, man.
That's...
I'll be honest. There's probably more chances of them making Amazing Spider-Man 3 more than Spider-Man 4.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. No, 100%. The Amazing Spider-Man 3 actually... Like, there's actually... Again, Snyder people are going to be... making a play for it. They're making a play for it.
Joe's already posting constantly like, man,
Spider-Man 3 because they need something else to get people riled up, because they know that the Snyderverse is dead, that it's not coming back to fucking Warner Brothers, like not in the way that they want. So they need something else now to kind of like make a reality to manifest into existence. And I'm okay with that. I'm okay with that. Pick your battles, move on to something else. Can you guys campaign for like a theatrical release of the Morton and Jankel cut of Super Mario Brothers for its 30th anniversary next year? Or in 2023? Could we do that? Could we get the Schumacher cut, which we know is done? Or we know it needs, is basically done.
Yeah, didn't like someone say like, "Oh yeah, it's done. It can be released."
Yeah, but it
And,
still
like,
requires
variety.
still money to put not only on the servers and all that stuff. That's still because it's just like anything. There's always like micro money that you have to put into stuff. So I don't know how much it costs to like put stuff onto apps and servers and like have being available for stream. But I know that's still going to require a decent amount of money. Even though it's finished.
What it boils down to and this is just an overview as far as I can tell, right? This is just an overview. So I take this with a grain of salt. From my understanding, the companies, the streaming companies, they make deals with the providers. So like Apple TV, like the box, Roku, Samsung, whatever device like YouTube is on or Netflix is on or something, they've made a deal with that provider to have their app there. That is why just the other day there was that fallout between Disney and YouTube TV, and why YouTube was like, okay, we're going to pull back, everything else that we're doing, right? We're going to pull back FX and FXX and ABC or whatever off the network until we come up with a new deal. And then lo and behold, they had a new deal like the next, like an hour later or something. Mm-hmm. So, that's kind of how it is. So that's kind of how these things work. So there's server space that these things use, that these companies use, in order to be able to host this stuff. In many instances, actually, it's like Amazon, AWS, right? Their web services. I know a lot of the Roku channels, not the main ones, but like smaller channels, they host everything through Amazon, and then they just link it over through a program to host and run on Roku. And so as a result of that, they'll end up paying, so that's what they just pay for access, really is what it is. And that's kind of like the gatekeepers of these, these companies can control what apps are there, what apps are promoted, what is, because they want to make money on the back end with this shit. And that's how they do it. So I think when it comes to like, let's say, for example, the Snyder Cut, and again, this is my take on it. You guys might agree or disagree, but my take on it is simply this: the Snyder Cut was put together predominantly because Jason Kilar was like, we need something to compete with Netflix and Disney Plus. We need something that is going to put our name on the map for having exclusive content that is DC related without spending hundreds of millions of dollars on it. Yeah. So they're like, well, we've got the Snyder Cut, $70 million is literally what it's going to be. The budget of Batgirl is like $100 million or something. So 70 million is less than that. It's more cost effective to go through and do this. And then hopefully it will bring subscribers, and hopefully it will sell via, PVOD shit, which it did. We just don't know how much. And then when they eventually release it on home video, it will also sell copies there as well. And that's what it was. It was the whole thing. The Snyder Cut, the entire point of it was to market HBO Max. That's it.
That's why it was exclusive to it.
Yeah.
And wasn't it just for like visual effects and like filming, of course, a little bit of some extra scenes, but that's still crazy that it cost 70 million just to finalize and just do all those different special effects, which they look amazing. So
the visual effects were oh my god, they were amazing on that thing. Yeah. I like what I want them to do is I want them to run it in theaters for a week just in order to be able to get that on the docket for submission to the Oscars for best visual effects.
Yeah,
because
wow, Steppenwolf in some of those scenes, like it just like I'm like, whoa,
dude. The scene where Darkseid fucks up Aquaman in that vision, and like you just see like the Omega beams, is that what they're called? And then his eyes, like the way it looks right there. Never mind even the video. I would argue that Snyder could do well for the cinematography for the nightmare sequence and stuff, And then like also again the visual effects on that was all shot green screen on a stage, and they shot that in a day, and that ended up making its way into the movie. Even the Martian Manhunter bit that they had at the end of the film was all shot on Zach's driveway. Yeah. So, there's all things like that go into that. So, I just think that I'd like to see, I forget. Okay, now I lost myself on what the fuck. Okay, sorry, Snyder Cut shit. Here's the last thing I'll say about this, and then I'll get over to. I see there are some super chats to get to here because you guys have been very generous. Thank you. I saw this today. I made fun of it today, but I saw this today. So we build mechs here. This is a huge Snyder Cut guy. It says Ben Affleck didn't have to come back for The Flash after he retired. He was not contractually obligated. He came to The Flash because he believed in it, an underrated fact people look over. Now, the reason why this is coming up today has everything to do with yesterday's announcement of Michael Keaton coming to Batgirl and basically kind of showing us that, yeah, Affleck is kind of done. Never mind his own words from 3 weeks ago, talking about exiting all the IP driven films. But what the thing with this is that what my personal take is that this is Affleck coming back to say goodbye to the character. That's what this is. It gives him a proper finale, and that's it. Because otherwise, there's really no point, because they are bringing Keaton back to take over this kind of stuff. And that's kind of where the fan base is right now. Again, it's that constant goalpost moving and that constant attempt at justification in their own mind of how this stuff is going to play out. And I just thought that was kind of funny because this is what we're going to be seeing a lot of as these guys eventually make their way through the 5 stages of grief to acceptance. Now, I understand that Jimbo, you got the Dark Side logo there. And
Yeah.
And here's the thing. I want more. People always accuse me of not wanting more. I'm very, very consistent about this. I absolutely positively would love for it to happen. I just do not see it happening. That's that.
Yeah,
That's that.
Yeah, I it's just kind of like one of those things. It's like, if it happens, it happens. If it doesn't, it doesn't. But otherwise, there's plenty of other stuff to be excited about. And I mean, I just glad that they finally put Darkseid on the big screen, or at least like on HBO Max, because that's all we kind of got. I mean, there's a couple screenings throughout the U.S., but yeah, but it was really cool, and it was I enjoyed the film, but honestly, it's just like the movement and all that stuff is just like, it's just draining at this point. It's like, if it happens, it happens, all right? But there's other stuff going in the works here.
Oh, no, I know. I 100%. I 100% agree with you. That's kind of where, like, for me, I get frustrated. And so if you see me pushing back on Twitter, I just get frustrated with it because I'm like, I think people out there really do know where it's at. But I do think people out there who have voices, they don't want to say anything about it because they are afraid of the backlash. And I really feel that way. And it's not to say that these people are cowards or anything like that. I will never call them that. I understand not wanting to go against like the mob mentality of certain people, especially people who kind of maybe view you as an influencer or a leader or something along those lines. During Gamergate, that was the thing. I was not happy with how a lot of stuff was going. I didn't say anything, because every time I tried saying anything, I would just get massive pushback. And at that time, I had never made more money in my entire life at that point in time. I had more positive attention on me than I'd ever had before, ever. So it was like, you don't want to risk losing it. But where I'm at now versus where I was then is vastly different. So I'm just going to say what the fuck I'm going to say. But that's kind of how I see it. But that being said, I would love for there to be some conclusion of everything. And I do hope we get there. But hey, on the bright side, Marvel's knocking shit out the fucking park.
Oh, definitely.
And we've got a lot of that to look forward to. It just sucks that there's not like the right amount of competition that would do well. That's basically where I see it.
Yeah, I mean,
yeah. Sorry, go ahead.
I was gonna say, like, there's this tweet earlier that I saw, and it's like Marvel released like all these projects in 2021, and then DC released like 2 or 3. And they're kind of like at that.
They did 4 as far as I can. No, well, they did. I mean, it depends. You talk movie wise, it was just Zack Snyder's Justice League.
Yeah, it was movie wise.
And the Suicide Squad. That was it. TV wise, there was Titans, there was Doom Patrol, Stargirl, Superman and Lois. There was like the Aquaman cartoon, like whatever the fuck that thing was. That was there.
Yeah.
Like I have no idea.
Yeah, the tweet was just regarding movies, and because that's kind of like what Marvel does mostly, except they excluded like WandaVision and all that stuff. Like they added like that as like another boost. Like those shows were way more popular and were viewed way more than the DC shows. And I forget the stats on that, but I was like, I mean, not wrong on some of those aspects though.
I do think Peacemaker's gonna do well. I really do.
Are you excited for that?
Hell yeah, dude. Hell yeah.
I'll just have to wait and see. I'm definitely gonna watch it, but I'm just not hyped about it.
Dude, he's got a pet eagle, and that's his sidekick. All right, and like they play it like it's legit. I love that.
I just can't believe, like, is that even legal to even like put that in this, like?
No, it's a CG. It's a CG eagle. It's not real.
Well, I know that,
it's
but like,
CG.
still, like, I know. I'm like, I figured like it had to be CG because there's no way they could even do that. But like, still, in like in the story wise, because they even like, bro, no one could have a pet eagle even if it's CGI. Like in this story, like I was sitting there watching the trailers and like, bro, what is this? Like,
I love that his dad is the T-1000, just like dude, nothing but talking shit, and like. And then you've just I think I'm excited mostly for John Cena to get a bit of a redemption arc because I liked Rick Flag quite a bit.
Yeah.
And I was really not happy with that decision.
How sad.
And I'm waiting to see how they're going to redeem it. But look, in James Gunn, I trust. I thought the Suicide Squad was awesome. Is it better? Is it better than 2016? Sure, it is. I mean, as far as movies go, but I actually like 2016 more than the Suicide Squad. Because I've always liked the Suicide Squad that came out in 2016. So, and I really want to see the Ayer cut. But it is looking at where the trajectory is going, because I just got a DM, and I won't say from who, but I just got a DM, and they said here, we are trying to make our voices be heard, but Warner Brothers has other plans, and I don't understand why. Here's the thing, though. You got to look at it, though, from like the simplest explanation. Money. That's all it is. All right. Here's the problem with movies like the kind that Zack Snyder makes. Zack Snyder makes big spectacle films. Those cost a lot of fucking money.
Oh, yeah.
Right? A lot of fucking money. And so when those things make a lot of money, that means the next movie is going to cost even more money. The next movie is going to be even more expensive. Now, especially in the case of, let's say, Justice League. Ben Affleck, Gal Gadot, Jason Momoa. I mean, Ezra Miller. I mean, Ray Fisher probably literally did it for pennies.
He probably got to probably the lowest salary compared to other
absolutely.
big actors.
Absolutely he did. And that's simply because he's an unknown name. That's what it boils down to. It's like that's just how the negotiations work.
And he killed it.
He was perfect in it, man. I guarantee you he will pop up in Rebel Moon. I guarantee you now that he's done with the Women of the Movement, Zach will cast him in Rebel Moon. And he'll just be over on Netflix for a while. If he never works with Warner Brothers ever again, that ain't gonna mean shit. There's other fish in the sea on that front, and I'm sure Ray's gonna get work. So and if anything, if no one else hires him, Zach will consistently hire him. And Zach is going to be making movies at Netflix for a while. So I think Ray will be fine. And you know what? Look, Ray being best friends with Wayne T. Carr got Wayne T. Carr the role of Green Lantern. So we can maybe finally see Wayne act, which I'm looking forward to. And that's not a dig at Wayne. We haven't seen him act like in anything that's dramatic. I haven't. I know the Tragedy of Macbeth, I think, came out this week on Apple TV Plus. So I'll need to try to get an account over there and give it a watch. So, because for one, it's Francis McDormand and Denzel doing Shakespeare. So yes, please. It's directed by one of the Coen brothers. So yes, please. And like, if Wayne T. Carr is one of the Shakespeare coaches on that, then cool, man. Give me some fucking Shakespeare. You right? Like when's the last time you got your fucking cock rocked by Shakespeare? That's all I'm saying. But Shakespeare's good shit.
Yeah.
And I say that as a white suburbanite theater kid. But anyway, but again, going back to the concept here of continuing everything, the $100 million that they're going to spend on Blue Beetle and for Batgirl is literally going to generate more profit than potentially what could come out of doing another Justice League. Now, Justice League 2, Justice League 3 would all be like nightmare sequence stuff. And so at that point, you could easily like lower the budget, but you still have actors who have their demands and their points and whatever. And that's going to take money, and they just probably don't want to spend it right now on anything other than unknown talent as a way to just kind of lower their overall expensive. And the thing is, Moisture says here, like Warner's is a multi-billion-dollar company and it can't afford those budgets. Yeah, because it's not just that. Look at everything else that they do, everything else that they have. It's not just that. They make like one movie a month effectively. In many instances, Warner Brothers used to put out 2 or 3 movies a month. And that's a lot of money going out and a lot of money coming in. So, and you know, but then again, if something fails, there's not that return on investment. That's kind of the whole point of it. You know, Andrew here does say though that lobbyists that companies like Google and Netflix have ran extremely successful AstroTurf campaigns that pitched net neutrality as a pseudo political issue. It is an FCC regulatory issue. Yeah, well, that's a good point. And as much as I love Netflix, I still very much am for net neutrality, and also taking internet and turning it into a fucking utility, because this shit's getting out of control. I only have internet, and I pay $120 a month for internet, and they're the only game in town that gives me high speed internet. You know what I mean? Like, that's it. So you like it is an FCC regulatory issue. But who was the last guy? Ajit Pai, the fucking last commissioner. Fuck that guy. He fucked up so much shit.
Oh, but dude, that was brutal. I think I was in high school when that happened. It was just memes and just people roasting the shit out of that guy.
Yeah. Benson here says Wayne was awesome as person number 9. I'm amazed you missed Mark. But anyway, Mark here with a £5 super chat. Thanks, buddy. Asked the question: do you think the success of No Way Home will affect the Flash movie in the form of reshoots or additional characters to cash in on nostalgia? Look, well, here's the thing. Before No Way Home, there were already reports coming out about the Flash, and it's gonna take Ezra Miller back through the DCEU to pivotal moments in the DCEU in order to I don't know, is it gonna retcon things? Is it gonna change things? I have no fucking idea. All I know about that is there is with now Feora and Zod being confirmed as being in it. You know, as well, we already know about other Barry from whatever other Earth he goes to, and Sasha Calle as Supergirl and Keaton as Batman. Like, yeah, they might add in a few more things just like to run through. Like, what if he runs through like Linda Carter's 1970 show? What if he runs through Superman 2 or Superman 1 and they just like add it in there? Like have him run and he's like, oh, hey, look, someone says, oh, up in the sky, it's a bird, it's a plane. And then he just like takes off again. That kind of corporate nostalgia done in a way that feels very self-serving and pandering. What does that remind you of? Space Jam: A New Legacy. So the company behind Space Jam: A New Legacy is going to be handling another IP-driven multiverse movie set within DC. Do you really think that they're not going to capitalize on literally all of that shit? I guarantee you Ezra Miller will go back to the 1966 Batman show.
Oh, they'll do anything. Like, you bring up Space Jam. Like, when I was watching, like, I'm only 30 minutes into the new Matrix, and already the concept is like, we have to make another game for Warner Bros. Like, otherwise, something like they had to plug Warner Bros. And like all that stuff and all the other movies as like this is like an IP and stuff like that. I'm like, oh my god, they did the same thing with Space Jam, and that was just annoying as shit. It was just like, why? So I don't know. I would expect them to bring up every single character and previously done stuff like that, like Linda Carter. They'll probably do everything. I won't be surprised if we see every incarnation of Batman in this movie somehow.
Oh yeah. Well, yeah, because they're gonna go, shit, dude, fucking in like 9 days, No Way Home did $1.3 billion. How are we gonna compete with that? Oh my god. Okay, well, Christopher Reeve is dead, but Christian Bale isn't, but Ben Affleck isn't, but Burt Ward is still alive. Let's bring in fucking old school Robin. Like they're gonna do something along those lines where they're just gonna make it this thing. And I don't know, but I like what Music Man here says. And so in some way, are we getting Space Jam 3? Yeah, fuck it. LeBron could pop up in this goddamn thing. I have no idea. I would not though. I pay $120 a month for my I get a terabyte of download, which goes by pretty quick in the streaming age. He says I have 200 megabytes for £30. Are you serious? Okay, I can't complain then.
Yeah, that is some.
I can't complain. I can't complain. You got me there, buddy. You got me there. All right. You got me there. Rational Skeptic here for $5. It says, Matt, you need to send your job application / resume to Zaslav for president of Warner Pictures movie, with the Warner Brothers Picture Group. I'll tell you this, if that was the case, I would probably run Warner's okay. You know, I probably would run it all right because it's better than Emmerich. You know, and I would also fire Hamada just because. I'd fire Hamada, and you know who I'd replace him with? Kevin fucking Smith. Yeah, that's a bold choice because people would hate it, and then I would feast on their tears. Anyway, no, I don't know. I mean, that'd be kind of funny. And yeah, okay, if I was head of the Warner Brothers Picture Group, would I greenlight Zack Snyder's Justice League 2 and 3? The answer to that is obviously yes. I'd also do Ready Player 2.
Oh yeah, that was another great movie that I'm like, oh, they should do another one.
I loved that it was different from the book. There was elements from the book I wanted them to maintain in the movie that they changed. But overall, I feel the movie really captured the essence of the book, and that is kind of what happens in these situations. Like, if you're going to do an adaptation of something, a one-to-one adaptation doesn't always fly, and so certain things got to be changed, and you got to also think of the flow of a movie. Like, Dune was really good, but it was slow as fuck, right? Like, am I going to watch it like 100 times? Probably not. Will I hang out in bed and like watch it and maybe pass out? Like, sure. Like, I knew a guy who used to do that with JFK. Oliver Stone's JFK. You know, like he would do a line of cocaine before going to work because he was a DJ in New Orleans. And then he'd come home and then he would play SOCOM on the PS2 for a couple hours. That's where we would hang out. And then he'd go like, all right, starting to wear off. I'm going to go put on, JFK and fall asleep. Because that's how he passed out. He watched Oliver Stone movies. But I'll tell you this, and this is a true story. The last time I spoke to this guy, literally, was on the phone the night before the levees broke in New Orleans during Hurricane Katrina. That was the last time I spoke to him. He told me he was getting out of town, taking his girlfriend and his dog, and they're going to get out of town, and I haven't heard from him again.
Jesus.
And I never knew his real name. I only knew him by his name was Hank, but I only knew him by his PlayStation 2 tag. And I'm not kidding you on this one. When I first met him, he went by the name MLK Assassin. He eventually changed it to JFK Assassin, but he really wanted to play up that angle. This guy was nuts. But yeah, I haven't talked to him since 15 years now, and everything else. And I tried calling him, and it went right to voicemail. Phone was disconnected. So I don't know if he's alive. I really hope he is. Because he was going to teach me how to be a DJ, like a proper DJ, you know, like spinning records and shit. He was like, you got to come out to New Orleans, dude. We'll just hang out all day. We'll just do cocaine and we'll just like spin records. I'm like, I'm not going to do cocaine, Hank. He's like, no, it's okay. He's like, okay. He's like, I'm going to give you a badass DJ name. I'm like, all right, what's that? He's like, I'm going to call you DJ Diego Sands. Because I was living in San Diego. I'm like, that's kind of cool. But I mean, like, I'm not Latino. And he's all like, you look it. I'm all like, I'm Canadian. He's all like, yeah, with a tan. So, you know, it was just like, we had a lot of fun hanging out back in the day. I miss the guy. I really hope he made it. I really do. Command unit here. I know, kind of a somber thing to say. He asks, the only movie I'm currently hyped for is Ant-Man and the Wasp: Quantumania. What movie are you hyped for? The Batman. I'm very, very hyped for the Batman. And, you know, I definitely want to see that. I want to see, like, what else is coming out next year that's going to be big? Do we know of anything?
Not off the top of my head, no.
I mean, that's kind of, and that's kind of sad, isn't it? Right? Like, thinking about it nowadays, it's all like everything's either been delayed or it's like comic book shit, you know? So I guess really it's like the Batman is the big one I'm looking forward to.
Yeah, and also Doctor Strange too, as well. Those two, and and that was this Uncharted movie, because doesn't that come out early 2022 as well.
Yeah. That comes out. Oh, well, some here asks Indiana Jones. That was delayed to July 2023. Oh, Delight Love Movies here says Love and Thunder. Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you for that one. Yeah. Mission Impossible 7 comes out. All right. Thor 4 as well. That's right. Black Adam does come out. That's going to be fun. Black Panther 2. I don't know about Black Panther 2, man. Like that's got so much crap going on with it right now. I don't even know. I mean, don't get me wrong. I'm going to go fucking see it, but like, I'm like, I just want to watch it at this point. Like, I don't even care. Just let me know when it's coming out. I'm going to go to the theater. I'm going to go watch it. But like, without again, Chadwick being dead. That's the thing. Like, they should have recast him. Yeah. And I understand why, but I think most people would be okay with it.
I mean, isn't that kind of like the role of Black Panther? It's not meant for one person. It's always passed on.
Yeah.
So, I mean, they could do it if it's just, you just got to do it in the right way that also won't piss off fans.
Yeah, that's definitely a hard part. H-Bar said, bruh, and I thought I was the whitest Latino. You're pretty white, dude. You're pretty white passing. I saw that selfie you put on yourself on Twitter today. If you didn't know that H-Barts was Latino, you would be like, yeah, you would think he's white.
Yeah, we give RJ shit all the time as well.
Oh, dude, I'll tell you the RJ will hate me for saying this, but like, I came across this story about a trans activist who like ran for political power in the UK, and turns out she hired her dad, and her dad was a convicted pedophile. And it was this whole thing. It's this whole story. It's this whole big thing. And I saw a picture of her, and she looks identical to RJ. And I sent him a picture of it. I'm like, RJ, look. And he's like, what the fuck is this?
I think he sent me the photo, or like in Discord. I think he said something about it.
It was funny. It was funny.
Man.
But no, look, here's the thing. RJ, I saw pictures of RJ in Vegas. RJ got some swag, dude.
Yeah, RJ
had some swag.
Balling.
He was balling. He looked pretty good. He looked good, man.
Yeah.
Like he could have slayed a little bit. Like, I'm not,
Yeah,
he was too busy. He was too busy watching someone shoot web instead of him shooting his own. So
I didn't even get a video of him riding the mechanical dick, and
Did he ride the mechanical dick?
I don't know. I've told you, like,
oh my
finals
God,
going on. I do not know, but now you just brought up the Vegas trip, and now I have to message this man and ask him, did you ever
RJ's
ride the
watching.
mechanical dick?
RJ, did you ride the cock, sir?
I need
the gigantic 8-foot cock.
Did you manhandle it well? Did you
manhandle
stay
it?
on?
Yeah, I want 8 seconds, man. I mean, that's how long you're going to last your first time anyway. But, we got confirmation. I did not ride the mechanical dick.
God. RJ, I'm disappointed in you. That was like one of the most hype things I was like for that whole trip. Is just you and Austin and Bradley going to that one bar and seeing a video of you riding the mechanical dick.
I was really hoping he was going to ride the dick. I was really hoping. Same. Yeah. Because if I went to Vegas, I would ride the dick. It'd be very bad. I would fall off very quickly. Or I would hold on for dear life and straight up 8 seconds that fucking thing.
You just gotta grip it and hold on. Grip it and rip it.
Okay. He says they didn't go to the nerd bar, but H Bar's here for $2 says, so Amy Knight is an RJ variant in the UK. A little bit. No, but here's the thing: is RJ's our boy. We're giving him a hard time. We love RJ. Check out Resident Justice. All right, let us take a look here at the next thing. So one quick thing I want to touch upon, just because we now have confirmation. Vincent D'Onofrio says that his Kingpin is the same one from Daredevil. That's how he played him, and that was the general idea. But not only that, confirmed that. I thought he lived through the blip, and then he took over. He was fighting. He was taking over power in New York City during the blip. Turns out he was blipped, but he also played him the same way in his mind, and he even said in another interview that it was canon.
Yeah, I saw that interview today, and I don't know the source of the stream, but yeah, I did see that, and that was actually really cool to see that and getting confirmation that it's canon.
Because that's all anybody wanted. That's all anybody wanted was just like, it is the character that we know. It is the character that we love. And there's that, so like, and now we got that, which means that Matt Murdock is also Matt Murdock from the show. It is not a variant. It is our Matt Murdock. And that makes me even fucking happier, which is, again, this is the thing. And I'm not trying to drag on, to rag on DC too much, but Marvel's like, okay, we listen to fans. We know what they want, and we're going to give them what they want. And then they make money and success and everyone's happy. Exactly. And then DC is like, nah, our focus group says this, or like the 8-year-old son of the executive of the company, he thinks it should be like this. I
don't know what they think when they decide to do projects and stuff like that. It's just like, what are you doing? Like, who said that this was a good idea? It's like, this is what the fans want. Why are you doing everything other? Like, why? Like, it's just like, it's weird. But then Marvel's like, so you guys want this? We'll give you this. And then we have all this different content available for you. So you'll never go a month without some sort of Marvel content. So, yeah. Merry Christmas.
Oh, yeah. No. And HR's here for $5 says, I wonder if he took the serum that U.S. agent did. My man bounced Kate off his chest. It wasn't just Kate off his chest. He got hit by a car.
Yeah.
And then went through a window.
The man was wildin'.
And then like he got, right before then, he got shot in the chest with an arrow and just like knocked it off and was all like, what, was that all you got? Like, it was like point blank in the chest, So, I mean, no, he was clear. I mean, and the thing is, like, even D'Onofrio's been like, he's clearly stronger than when we last saw him. So something happened where he got a lot stronger and everything else. Plus the whole thing with the Hawaiian shirt was his idea because he loves the family business comic run. And he said that that's been on his desktop background for like the last 8 years. So that was his idea to dress in that swag.
Yeah. And he's perfect for the role. And I'm so glad that they kept him as Kingpin because, oh man, he really knows how to do that role really well.
Oh yeah, no, I'm really sorry. I saw Andrew Dunbar here says Kingpin should have lived through the blip and become governor of New Jersey, and my first thought was fucking Chris Christie, and then Andrew here says Kingpin as a Chris Christie cognate. Yeah, there you go, Bridgegate all over again.
Oh man.
All right, Caden is gonna bail out and get some sleep, and then we got RJ here to probably yell at us.
Hey, no, first off, fuck you, Matt.
Wow.
Hey, I complimented you though about how you looked good out there. You had some swag going, dude.
Yeah, you would look better riding a mechanical dick. Though.
Look, even Benson, who is like Mr. Nancy Negative sometimes, is all like, I loved RJ's Doctor Strange costume. You're getting compliments from across the pond.
I appreciate that.
That should have been your Tinder profile pic while you're there.
No. He would have looked even better out there in Vegas with the swag and balling if he would have ride the mechanical dick. We were thinking about it. Sadly, there's just not enough time. I mean, only had 2 days out there with.
You saw the movie twice. There's plenty of time to go to the nerd bar.
You saw it 3 times. Didn't you see it 3 times there?
No, I think twice in Vegas. You saw it 3 times in Vegas or twice in Vegas?
3 times.
Oh Jesus Christ.
Exactly.
Dude,
that's my point.
Bars in Vegas stay open until like 6 o'clock in the morning.
You tell me you didn't have enough time
to
watch.
I was visiting family too.
That doesn't matter. Like, I've gone to the strip club and like hung out there until 5 in the morning in Vegas when they closed, and I walked out as the sun was coming up. A very odd thing to do, by the way.
Listen, when you're someone who's only ever had like a couple drinks in your entire life, listen, it's just a whole thing. Okay. So I will ride the mechanical dick next time. It's always next.
Thank you, RJ.
Thank you. And I'm telling you though, but make that like do that, and then make that like your Tinder background, like whatever, and you will get girls swiping left on you.
I think it's swipe right.
Is this what? I don't know. I've never used Tinder. Like, I just celebrated my 13th anniversary like a couple days ago. Like 2 days ago. So I'm like, I've been in a relationship since before all of this, like, like phone app internet dating shit. Yeah. No, internet dating has definitely been around for a long time. But like,
I consider like Tinder and like stuff like that internet dating.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's mainstream now. Yeah, like, I mean,
I've just like hookup stuff. I don't think it's like actually meant for anything else other than hookups.
There are people that like hook up on there all the time, like, and they go into relationships. I think like, but no, it is very much like a hookup app. So I mean, like, so answer the question honestly, RJ. Do you have a Tinder?
I do not know.
You got to get a Tinder, dude.
RJ, you will slay some punani, my
You will
friend.
get. You will be loved.
You know, New Year's resolutions and all that stuff. Maybe next year. It's only a couple days away.
All right, press
single
one.
moms in
Press
the area,
one
I
in the
bet.
chat if you want RJ to get Tinder and to slay during the new year.
Oh man.
I know we're embarrassing him now. All right, we're just messing with you, RJ.
No, you're fine.
But all right. We got H Parts here for $5. Thank you, buddy. He says, I like how they gave Kingpin no big introduction and he just shows up because you were supposed to watch Daredevil. Yeah, I know. That's definitely true. Thank you, buddy. A lot of ones. I'm seeing a ton of ones.
RJ, you gotta do it.
A great deal of ones. You know.
Wow.
I bet Austin Bradley would be throwing some ones seeing you ride the mechanical dick. I mean, you should have done it, man. You gotta do it next time.
Yeah.
Always next time.
There is next time in Vegas. So real quick here, I just want to kind of go through this piece. Matrix Resurrections, 69% on Rotten Tomatoes.
Nice.
It is definitely divisive, right?
Also, 69% audience score. The audience.
Yeah.
score
Yes, that's right. This is a little bit older of an image.
Yeah.
But according to today, it had only earned $6.4 million in its first day at the box office, and lot.
Is that bad? I mean,
Well, here's the thing, right? Here's the thing with that. A lot of people are trying to argue that it is, but when you're up against not only the Kingsman, Sing 2, the Omicron variant, as well as, I don't know, HBO Max home streaming.
and
That's
the
why I'm
biggest
watching
movie
it
of
on.
the year, potentially of like the last 2 years.
Yeah, and that little movie called Spider-Man No Way Home, like that little
That's
itty bitty
stealing
film.
everything, yeah, and it'll probably increase a little bit, but I don't think it will increase like exponentially over the holidays, because I know people probably go see it on Christmas Day and stuff like that, but I don't think it's gonna be enough to like make it go, wow, it just turned around in terms of box office, but it'll be something, I bet.
Well, I think it's, again, what I think this is all for, and I haven't seen the movie yet, but we know that Warner Brothers absolutely wants to mine IPs, and I think they're going to transition this into something that they can use, which would be either a television show or a video game.
It should be a video game. They should make.
Well, look at that Unreal, that thing that they put out there, which I haven't played yet.
That was awesome.
It's fucking incredible.
I went through 45 minutes of it just going around the map and just like exploring it and trying the different filters and settings. It is like absolutely amazing. Like the graphics, okay, maybe the cars look a little bit glossy and the character models are like fucked up, but overall the game visually is stunning. Like,
it's a fantastic tech demo for what what the next gen can bring visually and what Unreal Engine 5 is going to be able to do later. Which I mean, geez, it's going to be great.
Yeah, it's definitely something that worth check out if you have a next gen console, because I was playing on my Series X. I loved it. It was just really cool to play, and just the visuals and how you were able to see like the different like textures and stuff like that through the different settings and showing all the different technical stuff.
Yeah,
on that
but I
side
think
was
overall
really
with
cool.
Matrix, I think Matt, you said this on Max's channel earlier tonight, and Zod kind of threw something at you, but I do agree with you though that I think they're more invested in the streaming numbers versus strict box office performance.
Yeah. I mean, that's kind of the whole point. Is I think that's what they're gonna do. And then also, what is HR's here for $2? Thanks, buddy. Says Kingpin was unable to simp for 5 years. Well, no, it wasn't. It wasn't like it was instantaneous for everybody who blipped and then came back. It was instantaneous.
Unless he wasn't blipped, then.
Unless he wasn't blipped, but he says he was blipped. But
did he say he was blipped directly, or did he just say that the blip impacted his criminal empire? Because either way, when like half the population gets blipped, of course it's gonna have an impact. So so it works either way.
I don't know. All I know is all right, people, stop picking on Andrew Casali in the chat.
Well, Andrew sometimes needs to chill out too, though.
Well, Andrew, can you go fight with your dad, please? And then film it.
Energy somewhere else, okay?
I thought you got your energy burned off while we're trying to talk on Enosh's stream and you're fighting the chat. I thought you got it out of your system.
He's fighting for his life over there.
Dude, that was oh man,
an hour and a half of that.
Well, because
it was difficult.
Well, here's what happened, right? Enosh was gone for an hour and a half. Everyone thought he died and got robbed. He's buying a super rare Luke Skywalker toy, but turns out his phone just died.
Yeah, I figured his
sent
phone
the link
died.
to someone else, and I was on my phone, so the streamer page refreshed. So I couldn't do anything. So Jimbo sadly was all alone trying to handle Andrew Casali and everyone else in there by himself. I felt so bad for like an hour and 40 minutes.
I made jokes before, announce the Jimbo Lounge, but honestly, it was a struggle because we had Andrew fighting.
Yeah,
in the
you
chat.
realized hosting the show ain't fun.
No, it's not even that. It's like if we have more people that are know how this stuff works and can continue actual conversation, it would have gone better. Because me trying to do it, continue the show. Luckily, Caden was in the backstage sending me articles for America Chavez, and I was trying to go through that, but it was constantly getting interrupted by Andrew fighting with the chat, and then someone and then the chat getting mad at I forget who the other person was, constantly cussing and dropping F-bombs. It broke me. I was just like, you know what, you actually need to come back right now. I cannot do this because I don't know.
Well, I'm not saying that I'm not saying that because he's autistic he should fight his father. I'm just saying, wait, hold on, are you saying that he would win or he would lose? I guess that's the question.
Anyway, Matrix Resurrection had a $6.4 million opening.
My money's on Andrew. Look, my money's on Andrew. Okay, he's got that Toby energy going on. Yeah. You know, all his dad has to do is just say Toby ain't coming back, and that's it. That's the trigger.
You got that web blood. All he needs to do is just go into Bully McGuire mode and get himself a nice black jacket. Get himself a nice little emo haircut, and then he's set.
Oh my God, Andrew, you can be the living embodiment of Bully McGuire. That is your that is your calling. That is your light. You can be Bully McGuire. We need you to make snarky comments and to make gifs and memes and stuff.
Yeah, you know what? You know what Andrew Casale should do? He should become a Redditor on the Sam Raimi memes Reddit page. That's what Andrew should do.
I think you know what you would get a lot of the. Hold on, wait, did you guys block Andrew?
Hey,
I don't have the chat pulled up.
Listen,
What's
the
going
mods
on?
are gonna make their calls,
Oh yeah, okay. Let's see here. They're just oh my god, everyone is timing him out.
Yeah, he's been timed out for at least
all right.
15 minutes. So.
All right, you guys. Let's leave Andrew alone. Oh my god, Degrassi. It could go either way, Matt, but I'm guessing his dad has had a lot of practice with the chokehold.
Oh Jesus! Oh Jesus!
It's so fucked up.
I'm not used to your audience over. I'm not used to your audience over here, Matt. This is my first time being on the panel.
Welcome to the fucking party, Jimbo.
This is fun. This is fun.
Jimbo, you haven't been on this show before, have you?
No.
This is unlike, dude. Fucking.
My cherry's been popped over here.
Yeah, this is. It gets wild over here. We have fun. The Phantom Menace L says, "Can't wait to watch FNT Dude Bros froth from the mouth over Kate and Echo beating Kingpin." Oh, I'm looking forward to you clipping shit out tomorrow. By the way.
Oh yeah, Nerdrotic. I'm sure Nerdrotic.
Yeah. Oh no.
Say that Kingpin was demasculated.
L's here sent me a clip from Nerdrotic's review of No Way Home, which is about what we expected, and I want to look at that tomorrow. Because I'll probably be on tomorrow night.
It's so funny because they're being positive about Spider-Man, but they're using the positivity for Spider-Man to attack everything else. It's really bizarre.
It is really odd. It is. And then Benson here says that RJ is the Engelbert Humperdinck of the Nerdverse.
I appreciate that. I can't really sing that well, though. I mean, I could try, but no.
Better than me last night trying to do Backstreet Boys.
Oh, that was glorious.
That was so bad. That was like just terrible. You know. That was the thing last night. One of the guys in the chat dropped $30 to have me sing Backstreet Boys. And it was like I cannot carry a tune like that. So it was bad. And then thankfully Sony copyrighted it, and they blocked the video, so I had to remove it.
I said I don't think I can sing. They says neither can Engelbert Humperdinck.
So you're telling me, Matt, you're not the songbird of your generation?
Oh God, no. I mean, like there are certain things like I could probably do something like Frank Sinatra. You know what I mean? Like I've got the deeper voice, and I've got huge testicles, so it's like I can really like get into that. I can really pull from that, and stuff. Like I can do Rick Astley, "Never Gonna Give You Up," right? That's my go-to karaoke song, and I do pretty well on that stuff. But like that's where I can sing. Otherwise, it's just like it's out of key. It's terrible. Because, you know, you got to tap into what works well for you. So I could do like Richard Cheese lounge singer type stuff. And I love that kind of shit. Like, you ever heard the song Richard Cheese Down with the Sickness?
Yeah.
Yeah, well, if you've seen Dawn of the Dead, Zack Snyder's Dawn of the Dead, they play it in the movie.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
During like the montage scene, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. Yeah. Let's see. H Bart's $2. Sing Dirty Jingle Bells. I don't know what that is. I could do a really fucked up version of Hey There, Delilah.
Oh, no.
Hold on.
Someone drop $30.
Yeah, I can. Yeah. I was gonna do it. Thank you.
Don't do it for free.
Yeah, don't do it for free.
High
I could
paywall.
do at least. I could do like a little like the opening, like a line to it
Tease.
or whatever. Yeah, I was practicing it tonight. Actually, I was all like, "How do I rhyme this with this to get to this?" And I had a whole verse about like Delilah just being like covered in semen. It's bad. Like,
Yeah, as you naturally do and think about when you listen to that song. You know what?
I don't-
This
well,
song
I'll-
was about semen. And
it's
ejaculation.
well, I mean, you know,
That song is
it's from
interesting.
it's from a group called like wait, no, who did that? Was it like Pretty White Tees? Was that the
Oh no.
Oh no, that's Handlebars, right?
Plain white tees.
Plain white tees? Well, dude, plain white tees oftentimes substitute as cum rags because it just dries and you can't, you know. So
Yeah,
you're
I
fine.
don't think they were thinking of that when they came with the band.
I think
You know,
everyone thinks of that when everyone has every person out there is like, well, I can jerk off into that sock, you know, or I can nut on it because it's white and it is water soluble. Funny. Okay, pro tip, guys. Pro tip. All right.
They say
It's-
some people don't even use the sock. They just like let it go. Yeah.
Well, and that's disgusting. I mean, that you
They're
know,
wild. That's wild.
Anyway, here's the thing though. If you find yourself ever in a position, this is like Matt like PSA shit. If you ever find yourself in a position where you need to like wash some of that off of you, don't do it in warm water. Like don't wash your clothes in warm water. Wash them in cold water. The warm water coagulates the semen. So it doesn't make it dissolve and go away. So you got to use cold water in order to make sure that you get it clean. There you go.
This has been your masturbation tips by Matt Jarbo.
And just the tip. Just the tip.
I said tips, not tip. Okay.
They're like, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Hollywood After Dark. Tonight's topic, semen, how to clean it and keep it out of your eyes. Hosted by Matt Jarbo.
I don't know why, and also, if you do decide to relieve yourself of pressure, make sure that you're not doing it live on camera.
Yeah, don't be DSP.
Yeah,
or well, if you're gonna do it live on camera, like charge a premium.
OnlyFans.
You know,
OnlyFans.
OnlyFans. I mean, like, I'll tell you this.
The weirdest part about the DSP thing too, like as soon as he jacked off and like he finished, he just immediately booted the stream up. He didn't wash his hands or nothing.
Yeah,
that always weirds me out.
Well, it's like,
okay.
Wash your
No, because
fucking
well, no,
hands, bro.
I'm a hypochondriac when it comes to that shit. Like I am, like people who like, look, I get it, like, you know, your hand, your body, you know where it's been and everything else, but it's like still at the same time, like your junk, generally speaking, is, you know, it's encased in fabric all day. You're walking around, you're doing stuff, sweaty. You might have a little bit of piss dribble that, you know, like you didn't get all of it out when you're, you know, at the urinal or whatever, and then you want to make sure you wash your hands. It's like, you know, one of my friends was at my house once. He went to go take a shit. I was playing video games. He came back in. He sat down. I'm all like, he goes to reach for the controller, and I'm like, no. You wash your hands?
Your fucking hands.
And he's all like, no. I'm all like,
Well,
what
I'm
shit?
especially
Hold
weird
on.
touching stuff.
Well, then he goes, well, it was like, he's like, I didn't. He's like, it was fine. There was like nothing got on my hands. I'm all, go wash your fucking hands.
Still shit. Like honestly, like
there's some
like,
doctors who don't wash their hands sometimes. Like, what the fuck?
Yeah, okay, now that's even more troubling because, like, if you're doing, like, something like you, like, open heart surgery, like, that's fucked, bro. But like honestly, generally piss is like bacteria free. It's like actually
it's
like,
bacteria.
pretty-
Like piss is sterile. It's
So-
sterile
so
when
wait,
it first comes
so
out.
wait, so wait,
But when it
Jimbo,
cools
you're saying
down,
So Jimbo, you're saying
Yeah.
when you take a piss, you don't wash your hands?
Of course I fucking wash my hands. I'm not a Neanderthal. I wash my hands because I just I'm a germaphobe.
I have a thing with like I will, dude. Seriously, when my kids were born, this is true. When my kids were born, I went out and I bought a big box of latex gloves for when they took a shit, and because it's all because babies, like it's all soft, it's all liquid basically, right? It's like mercurium, I think is
Isn't it like green?
It's green, it's sludgy, it's whatever.
That's nasty. Shit.
And then it's just like, but no, it's like I wore gloves and whatever, and I would like change, do that, and then I got shit from everybody, like, why, like, oh, does Matt have his gloves? And I'm all like, yeah, I do, thank you very much, because here's the thing with this guy. Here's the thing with this. You know why I'm a hypochondriac over this shit? Because when I started working at the drive-in, way back 20 years ago, and I had to clean up, so we cleaned up all the time, but like I would clean up shit like condoms and diapers and tampons and catheter bags and like pillowcases full of shit.
Not to interrupt you, but question: were the condoms used condoms?
Yes, of course they were used condoms. No. Yeah, right.
Why would they like drive-in?
People fucked at the drive-in. Like you're in your car and it's dark out. Now, some people were less, like less people. They were less.
How do you hide
careful?
That, though? It's a drive-in. It's like
it's dark out and everyone's watching the screen. You park in the back. No one's gonna notice the car are rocking.
Everyone's trying to do something at the drive-in, right?
Now we noticed that the car was rocking because that was part of our job, was to like monitor the lot. And you see a car rocking pretty hardcore, you're like, okay, I know that's happening. But the thing is, though, one night we got there. And I got there early, and I had to like the swap meet was there on the weekends, and so they were running behind, and my boss was like, "Get out there and help them clean up." And I'm like, "All right, fine." So I ran out there, and I'm picking up trash by hand, and I reached down, and it's dusk, no gloves.
Oh shit!
And so I reached down and I touched something and I throw it in there, and it's all cold and like latexy and slimy. And I'm like, what the fuck is this? And I run back over to the light because it was getting dark, and it was a condom. Now it had been there all day, but still it was used. And I'm talking like borax and whatever. I'm like scalding hot water. I'm burning the top layer of skin off my hands, and then when I had to go handle trash, I would just use gloves. And the thing is, my coworkers all gave me shit for it. They were like, why do you do that? And I'm like, because for one, this shit's disgusting. And two, people like leave their diapers out there or whatever. And you got to like, pick some stuff up every once in a while. I want to just be prepared. And then, what's funny is they all gave me shit until I took over being manager. And when I took over being manager, all of a sudden, all those guys realized what the fuck I was talking about. And they all started wearing gloves. So, that's why I am how I am. I get paranoid about that kind of shit. Yeah. So, yeah. Anyway, that's a bit of a side story to talk about.
Did you make a bet every time you worked and say, like, how many cars do you think we'll see rocking tonight?
We never would do that. We would always joke about how many people we caught sneaking in. And we'd always run our tallies because sometimes we were pretty good at it too. And we'd keep an eye out for people who were having sex. We generally didn't care. So the way the rules of the road worked was like, look, you can drink, smoke, or fuck. Just don't bother anybody else. Like, that's it. Just don't bother anybody else. You can do what you want. The problem, though, is when people don't conceal it well enough. Like one time, this is really funny. There was a family movie playing. And so there's this family that's there, and they have there's 5 kids, 2 adults, SUV, a whole 9 yards. They're all outside. And the pickup truck right next to them has a young couple in it who decide to just start boning. And so I'm in the snack bar, and the mom comes in, and the mom's like, excuse me. And I'm like, yeah, how can I help you, ma'am? She's like, there's a couple that is next to us that is having sex, and all of our kids are right there, and it is just, can you do something about that? And I'm like, yeah, no problem. So I get the flashlight and I walk on over, and I go and I shine it right on him, and the guy is on top mid thrust. And I'm like, hey, there's fucking kids right fucking there. What the fuck are you doing? Pull out and go to the back of the goddamn place. And they're like, oh, and they freak out, because they immediately like, you know, it immediately probably shrank and the guy just like, you know, moved the vehicle.
Embarrassed.
My favorite one though was at the end of the night. It was the end of the night. There was like 2 cars left. We thought people were asleep. And I come over to this, it was a Volvo, and I go over to the Volvo, and the driver's side is darkened, but our floodlights was illuminating the passenger side, but it was still kind of dark out. And so I go to knock on the driver's side door, and I don't see anyone in the driver's seat. I'm like, oh, but then I glance over to the passenger seat, and I just see like the silhouette of like a guy's ass and like a t-shirt because like the radio was on, and I could see like the glow from like the console, right? And the guy looks at me, he's like, what? And I'm all like, dude, we're fucking closed. You don't got to finish, but you can't do it fucking here. And then, you know, the guy's like, I walked away because I could see the guy, and, you know, I could see his ass, and I could see the girl, and her hands were like above her head, and she had this look like a deer in headlights, you know, and she's like, oh my God. And then like they got in the car and they and literally he jumped off, got in the driver's seat, didn't even put on his pants, just like raw dogged it out of the fucking place. And then I don't know where they went to go finish it, but like people come there. We don't care. We never cared if you had sex. We never gave a shit if you were doing any of that kind of stuff there. We just laughed at it because, like, you know, it is what it is. But people always made it a bigger deal than it had to be. People always made it this gigantic thing where like they just weren't paying attention to the surroundings around them. And that ended up like being like generally speaking, like why we caught so many. And we never would say anything unless there was a reason to say something. Like if they were near kids or they were disturbing other people. Generally the biggest thing we would have are people who would get drunk and then they'd want to piss outside their car. So like my former boss one night got really pissed off at one guy who was doing it. So he walked, so the guy had a truck and he was pissing on his front tire. My boss went over, whipped it out, started pissing on the back tire. And the guy looks over at my boss and goes, "The fuck are you doing?" And then my boss just goes, he's holding a beer in one hand, a cigarette in the other. And he's all like, "Oh, I thought this was where the bathroom was." And the guy he got like real pissed. And my boss like zips up and just goes, "The bathroom is right fucking there. I catch you doing this again, you're fucking out of here." And then like, you know, just, I mean, totally like
that's a cool boss.
It was, oh, dude, we got drunk on the job all the fucking time. Like, I mean, we would like we would finish up for the night. We'd go and just get fucking shit-faced hammered. Like, you know, we'd chain smoke on the job. Like there was one night the owner, who was not happy with me for a litany of reasons, called us all in for an early employee meeting before we were to open for the night. And I wore a t-shirt that just said, "Fire me, please." And he was already not happy with me as it was. So, you know, he ended up liking me a lot more later on. What's really funny is this guy is a diehard Trumper Republican, hates the left, would always seek me out to go like to ask me my political thoughts on shit because he knew I was a lefty. And so my boss would seek me out to fight me on politics. Even after I quit working there and I went back to go visit, if he would come on in.
He always basically like arguing with you.
Oh, he loved to argue with me. He'd come on. But the thing is, though, when I was moving in 2010, I needed to like get items to sell in order to like make money to move. And they were his mother-in-law. They were moving her out of her home into a retirement facility. And they offered up like her tables, her dresser, her recliners, all this furniture to give me for free to resell. So even though we liked to bicker and we got into it all the time, he still cared enough to help me move and leave. And that was, I mean, it was probably double motivated, like to help me get the fuck out of there. You know, I'm just saying it's like, that's kind of where we have all that stuff. So, all right. So it's definitely, we've been off on story time for a while.
Everyone's like,
yeah. I've got so many fucking driving stories over the years. The words of experience, Matt, damn straight. One of the best places to work for. It ruined me for everywhere else. I'm not even kidding you. It's literally ruined me for every other job. Because it's like I can't do customer service the way that people want me to do customer service. Because if you're cool to me, I'm cool with you and I'll help you get whatever you need. But if you're a dick, I immediately go into that I'm gonna fuck with you mode. And if you ever wonder why I'm as stubborn as I am on social media, that's a large reason for it. Is because I just get into that mode of like, well, I'm gonna make you mad. And I'm gonna like it. You know. It's a problem. It's a problem. I'll fully admit that. Play the gay rock rap. There was a gay rock rap. Oh yeah, that's right. The song is called "Suck My Cock" by Matt. All right, I'll play it at the end. All right, I'll play it at the end. We'll react to fucking Warhammer, and then we'll play "Suck My Cock" by Matt Rogers, because that's, you know, what the fuck.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't know. We'll get to it though. We'll get to it though. All right, so let's talk about the other aspect of this here. Spider-Man: No Way Home. Can it swing into Best Picture race?
Yeah, this is interesting. I know I saw some people in the chat laughing at this, saying, "Why the hell would this movie ever be nominated?" Right? And here's the thing, right? I don't think it will end up being nominated, but the fact that people like Variety and the Hollywood Reporter and their insiders who actually do research on Best Picture frontrunners are saying that this could be a frontrunner, that is interesting. That's really interesting to me for a multitude of reasons.
It will be nominated.
You think so?
It will not win, but it will be nominated. It will be the next Black Panther. Although, because of the year that we've had, it could potentially win.
It has a chance.
Come on.
Let me explain. Well, let's look at the article, then I'll explain.
Okay.
Because I want to see what they have to say. So, all right, saying here, and who wrote this here? This is from Clayton Davis. Says, it's time to have a serious conversation about Spider-Man: No Way Home and what it can achieve at the Oscars. I think best score, by the way. Best original score.
It is a great score.
Absolutely. Oh my God, Giacchino knocked it out of the park. That guy has become godly.
I'll just wait until you hear his Batman score.
I can't. Oh no, I've heard the Batman score on the trailer, on the teaser that we saw, and that was amazing.
There's more. There's more.
I'm sure.
I'm so excited overall for that movie and every aspect of it.
Yeah, everything. I know. Like, Giacchino's going to score the 2 best superhero movies of the year, of a calendar year. You know, Junkie XL did the third. Anyway, looking at the Oscars shortlist announced on Tuesday, the third chapter in the Tom Holland universe showed up in 2 categories: sound and visual effects, despite its late release. But it still released before the end of the calendar year, which is how that works.
Yeah, which is fine. A lot of awards movies get released in December and end up being nominated anyway. Plus, the Oscars, don't forget, have been delayed this year. They're in March now, so.
Oh yeah, well, weren't they in like April last year?
Maybe because of the pandemic. Typically, they're always in February. So.
Yeah, well, it was later last year.
Yeah.
So it says here, unlike most superhero picks, critical and audience opinion are aligned 94% and 99% on Rotten Tomatoes, respectively. The film also joined the elite club of only 91 movies to ever earn an A+ cinema score and become the 4th live-action superhero movie to do so after the Avengers, Black Panther, and Avengers Endgame. Gee, what does that tell you about giving audiences what they want and how it can, the results kind of speak for themselves? So he says here, I've never been a pundit who believes in follow the money to predict Best Picture nominations, but especially in these last 2 years amid the pandemic, box office failures are even less of a hindrance for awards campaigns. Still, as exhibited by our favorite web slinger, monumental success can provide a significant boost. So since also sporting the second biggest box office opening in history with $260 million, massive by even pre-pandemic standards, the Sony Pictures hit shows no sign of slowing down. All right. I just want to get to the whole thing here. Okay. So, this is not to argue that No Way Home is about to become the new Titanic and sweep the Academy Awards. But how many nominations could it feasibly get? I mean, here's the thing with this, right? There's a lot here that he brings up. That could potentially, cinematography.
Yeah, I do agree with visual effects and sound.
100%.
I think that's something.
Yeah, I mean,
categories, I would say no. I do not.
You know what? I'm gonna make this bold prediction. Best supporting actor, Willem Dafoe. Hands down.
Yeah, he was great.
I would love to see that. I would not argue against that.
Because he did a great job.
Oh,
you know what?
Some of those scenes. Oh man, he was great. Really knocked out of the park.
Oh, absolutely. But I'll tell you,
what? Honestly, if they were going to give it a best acting nomination, I might have to go with best actor Tom Holland.
Dude,
he was really good. He was really good.
This might be the best acting he's ever done his entire career.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He handled a lot of certain scenes that required a lot of emotional and facial features. He nailed it too. He really delivered on his acting performance in this movie.
Well, no, and they all did. I think even Marissa Tomei could get Best Supporting. I think she did a fantastic job on that one.
Yeah.
And but the reason why I say it like this is, and the reason why I have my take on it is, what were the ratings for the Oscars in 2021?
I couldn't even tell you.
They were shit.
Yeah,
they were shit. They've been dropping anyway for years. They've been dropping by millions every year.
Maybe it's about time they bring back that best popular film category.
Well, that's why. Either they probably won't nominate it for best popular film because everyone will know that it will win that most popular, whatever. But if they nominate it for best film, people will tune in to see if it actually wins. Now, will it actually win? The answer to that is no. I do like AMFX here, AMXF saying best supporting nipples, Matt Jarbos. That is also true. My nipples are on fire. And so,
Yeah, I'm putting a link to the Hollywood Reporter article. That they had their experts chime in on it, and they're saying it might be a lock at this point.
It might be a lock?
Yeah, they're saying it's a very strong chance. Like, they actually do believe
to get nominated or win.
To be nominated as a frontrunner. Yeah.
Yeah, I really feel
those are their best picture frontrunners right there. They talked about their process.
Okay, I mean, look, all of these movies.
Hey, King Richard is really good. King Richard and Dune and Tick Tick Boom. Those three I've heard nothing but good things about. So.
Well, yeah, and then look here though, right? Netflix, three Netflix.
Yeah, Netflix has been making a lot of big awards plays the last couple of years, especially.
Yeah, well, Coda is Apple. I mean, look at this. You got streaming services that are coming on.
There's only really like 4 traditional studios in there. So.
Yeah, it goes to show you where things are changing. But okay, so Spider-Man: No Way Home. Look, I'm telling you, they're going to lay the groundwork now for that conversation. They're going to lay it so people like us go, there's no way that they would nominate No Way Home for Best Picture. Then they're going to nominate it for Best Picture, and just like Black Panther, they're going to do it for its success. They're going to nominate Spider-Man: No Way Home for single-handedly saving the 2021 box office, for single-handedly saving theaters for right now. Because it is people have been saying that this is like a thing. They're going to use this as a way to inspire people to go back to the theaters, even though it is probably a flash in the pan on that front, where people will go out for the movies that they want to see, but otherwise they'll wait and see them at home.
Yeah, no, I mean, listen, right? It's very rare you get the kind of cultural phenomenon movie like a Spider-Man: No Way Home that unites critics and audiences, but also leaves people feeling so joyful and happy about the theatrical experience and like just movie making in general, right? Mm-hmm. It's a special kind of movie that only comes around once in a while. I don't think it'll win, nor do I think it should win. I think there's a couple movies in there that I think could be technically, you could argue, were a little more deserving of like the prestige of a Best Picture, but yeah, it still would be cool. I think it would help the ratings tremendously if they were to make that kind of play. So,
and the thing is, they need to. Again, it went from like, let's see, hold on, Oscars 2021 ratings, because it dropped, dude. So this year's award only drew in 9.23 million people.
How much did the previous year get?
This year was a 51% drop from the 18.69 million that tuned in 2020.
Ouch.
Yeah,
that's really bad.
That's bad. That is bad. And so how do you get people? Here's the thing. Most people don't actually watch the Oscars. You know what they do? They follow along on social media.
Yeah,
they just Google the results
on Twitter.
Yeah, or they just Google the results and they go from there. That's it. People out there don't care about the Oscars because it's a bunch of Hollywood rich, bigwigs all glad-handing each other. That's all they do.
Well, yeah, that too. Or like, some people say it's also the very political speeches about political issues at the time. And plus two, it's like, I feel like they've gone away from celebrating the movies of the year as well a little bit. I kind of miss the days of Billy Crystal hosting the Oscars, with like the special, parodies of the movies nominated and stuff, and just like fun things that they used to do.
I want them to bring back Seth MacFarlane. That was the last time I thought it was good.
I still think they should get Ricky Gervais to host, but.
Oh, well, I mean, he does the Emmys, right? Or is it the Golden Globes? Emmys.
I think it's Emmys, yeah.
Hollywood will take it on the chin one night a year, from him.
Not too. I know.
But not on the level that that the Oscars would bring in. But then again, if they brought in somebody to roast everybody there, it would get real awkward real quick.
It would help. I think it would help the ratings and kind of help boost viewership. You know. So
yeah. No, I completely agree. I think there's a lot of ways to boost it up. But again, it's also such an arbitrary and dying system. It just is. Like no one cares. None of there's such a disconnect between the Oscars and the movie going public. And it's not to say that there ever was a massive connect, but it's, it always felt like it was something.
That's the thing, though. Like this is kind of like what's tough about the conversation is that technically the Oscars is meant to like look at the best achievements in film, right? Overall. Should there be a place for franchise filmmaking? Yeah, it's tough because again, it's like I don't want to say like the franchise movies like Spider-Man No Way Home are lesser films, but there are in a world where it feels like the more artistic films are being threatened by the bigger blockbusters. I can understand why there's an emphasis on celebrating more prestige pictures, if that makes sense.
Yeah, no, I get you. I feel like for me, Logan losing Best Picture or a Best Picture nom was a big problem.
No, I agree. I think Logan
I
was the best. Like I would have to agree. In 2017, Logan was not only the best comic book movie of that year; it was just straight up one of the best movies released that year. So I was happy to see it get a Best Adapted Screenplay nomination. I would like more though for that movie. Absolutely.
Yeah. Let's see. Hold on. Andrew here says, "I swear, if Trashfield wins, I'm in a meltdown."
Yeah, he's not happy because Andrew Garfield's getting all the attention instead of Toby in terms of the reaction.
Oh my God, Andrew! Do I need to order you a custom Tobey Maguire sex doll just to finally like get it the fuck out of you? That's my question. Like, come on, dude. Come on, man.
Listen, man. We got like a once in a lifetime kind of opportunity here. We got something that as kids we never thought we were gonna go see.
And we got it. Well, as you guys as kids, me as a young adult. And then H Bars here with $5 says King Richard was a bad title. It made me think we were getting a Richard III film. Yeah, I get that. It's kind of like
it's a really good movie though. I really hope people don't miss out on that because it was.
I haven't seen it.
Listen. I need to watch Tick Tick Boom, so I might lean towards Andrew Garfield winning Best Actor this year. But as of right now, I think Will Smith did such a tremendous job in that movie. I would very much like to see him finally.
He did though. He really did.
Has Will Smith won? He hasn't won an Oscar before.
He's never won an Oscar before.
Okay. Has he been nominated?
Yes, I believe so. Yes.
Okay, I know Andrew Garfield was nominated for Hacksaw Ridge, and the Oscars have a tendency at times to kind of just give it to somebody.
Well, they have a system where it's like if you've been around for a while and repeatedly nominated but never won, or you're like someone who's worked in the industry for a very long time but never won an Oscar, they do like to award you finally for a movie. So,
I mean, how long did it take? Like, it took Leonardo to getting completely beat the shit by a bear.
Yeah, well, Leonardo was a weird case because he should have won way sooner than he did. For whatever reason, for him, it took a long time. But
yeah. Well, I mean, I always felt like they were kind of working against him a little bit. But I need to watch King Richard. I haven't seen it yet. And then Jess here says Oscar needs to focus on normal audiences, not Hollywood. Well, I mean, RJ just kind of said it best. It is about technical achievement in film and what they've been able to accomplish. But the thing with it is, though, is how the companies, the studios market the movie during award season, right? It's like that was kind of how Harvey Weinstein won so many Oscars that he did. They would focus a lot of their energy on like where they would spend the money. Like if you go down, let's say Hollywood Boulevard, Hollywood and Highland in LA, you will see a billboard for whatever Disney property is right there. And that billboard is owned by Disney, and that billboard is there specifically to market during award season. Like I remember when in early 2012, when they were trying to campaign Cars 2 for Best Animated Feature, that was the billboard where they did it. It was real bad. So, it is just that. Hold on here. McLeod says No Way Home's earnings proves that all of the legacy directors who boomer bitch about comic book films are wrong. It's films like No Way Home that are going to save the movie theater post-COVID. And the thing is, you're right. You're right. But you got to look at it like this. Back when a lot of those boomer directors, were doing really well, it was the 80s and the 90s. And during that time, Hollywood had a boom unlike any other thing it ever seen. They were spending money, like they were making so much money so fast that they simply couldn't spend it fast enough, And that was, again, that was a factor with a lot of people. It was, they would buy, studios would get in a bidding war over scripts, and they would spend like $3 million on a screenplay and then just lock it in a vault so no one else could make it. Like, that is how petty and competitive they were back in the day, but they all had the money. Now it's like a completely different world. And you're right. I mean, these comic book movies, these franchise films are definitely going to be I don't want to say the future of cinema, because I really want other films, like I like watching smaller films. Like I miss going to some of those smaller theaters when a movie was making its way through the circuit. And, like, have you guys ever heard of a movie called Fido?
It sounds familiar, actually.
It came out in 2007. It is a Canadian movie. It's a comedy, and it takes place after. So instead of World War II, the zombie apocalypse happened. And mankind won. And they found ways to control zombies to turn them into basically menial workers, farm workers, mechanics, factory shit like that, right? Well, also house pets. And so every kid on the street has got a zombie, except for one boy, and he wants one, and his dad and mom finally get it for him, and he names it Fido. And it is a dark comedy. Carrie-Anne Moss plays the mom. The guy who played Dylan Baker, who played Doc Connors in in the Raimi movies, plays the dad. Billy Connolly plays plays Fido. So it's like it's a weird movie. But when it was traveling around, it ended up playing in San Diego on a single screen theater for a week, and my friends and I went to go see it because I was really excited. And I miss that. I miss going to those theaters and seeing those little films. Now they're on Netflix, eventually, and it's like it's not the same thing, It's a human zombie, Shogun. It's a human zombie.
I might have to check that out. That actually sounds kind of interesting.
Yeah, the grassy.
I'm intrigued.
Yeah, it says Billy Connolly and Carrie-Anne Moss. It's great. It's really great. It's very great. So anyway, all right. So we talked about that. Let's get into like the last thing, because I do want to. We've got to react to some stuff, and then I know Rational Skeptic sent me a Cameron Pasha video about Cowboy Bebop, and we'll get to that tomorrow. We'll do that tomorrow because there's not going to be a lot of movie news on Christmas Eve. So that's going to be true. So what I want to talk about today, I want to laugh about this. Paul Feig, super upset, super crying, super salty.
Oh, yeah. He was
that his movie was not included in the franchise box set.
I can't believe that this is a news story that's been drug out over multiple days. This is ridiculous.
Yeah.
Well, that's kind of the whole point, is that it is ridiculous. But you know what? It's kind of like, yeah, people out there, this proves that Sony realizes that people do not want the 2016 movie. And I think, did you say it last night? The people who probably already wanted to have it have bought it?
Yes, yeah, I said that along with, I think, Anna as well. So.
Yeah, a lot of people, yeah, are kind of like that. So,
and again,
anyway,
it's not erasure either. If they were blocking sales of this movie or preventing you from accessing it in any form, television, Blu-ray, digital, that's erasure. You could still buy it. Yeah. But it's not part of the story. That again, they don't seem to understand that they make these things for collectors, and collectors like consistency, right? It's like if I have a series of the Harry Potter movies, and I do it as a set of the story of Harry Potter. I'm not gonna throw Fantastic Beasts in there because that's the story of Harry Potter. It's the story of Newt Scamander. It's simple fucking logic. I don't understand.
Yeah. People gotta get some brain cells.
Oh, absolutely, guys. Absolutely on this one.
Yeah, I don't know. I feel like Paul is always like, I understand he wants to be protective of a film he poured a lot of time and effort into. And listen, directing a movie on that scale is never easy. I understand that, but like, at what point does he just go, okay, like he's making a mountain out of a molehill? I feel like, and he's just like seeing these online articles talk about it. It's like, well, if these online pundits are talking about this and kind of drumming up stuff, saying, oh, maybe I can throw my hat in the ring and get some support. When in reality, this makes him look stupid. So
Yeah,
I don't know.
It really does. Hold on, guys. Sorry, I just got a text from my girlfriend. I got to go take care of something real quick. I will be right back. Yeah, no, you keep up that train of thought here.
Yeah, no, you're
yeah,
fine.
give me like 2 minutes.
I'll hold the fort.
All right.
It is now my show.
yeah. Thank you. I don't need to take over another show tonight.
Yeah, I'm in control now.
Yeah.
But no, it's interesting, right? I mean, because I said this last night, but the thing is, like, you have to understand what these Blu-ray sets are meant for. They're meant for collectors, and again, collectors like consistency, and collectors like attractive packages.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
I mean, because do you own any Blu-ray sets at all that like have like special editions that like can like put all the story of like a franchise together, something like that? Like look at Lord of the Rings, right?
Yeah,
you don't put the Hobbit in there because it's not the Lord of the Rings story.
I have the Lord of the Rings, the Hobbit, and of course the Dark Knight trilogy.
Yeah. Well, Batman's a perfect example, right?
Yeah.
I mean, like if you're doing the Dark Knight trilogy, you're not going to throw in Batman and Robin.
Yeah, you're not gonna throw in Burton's movies in that collector set.
Yeah. I don't know. It's odd to me. I mean, because like I said, if people like the Ghostbusters 2016 movie, that's great. I think it fucking sucks.
Dude, that movie was ass. Like, I watched it. I skimmed through some bits because I'm just like, okay, this is
Rational Skeptic, that is kind of a bad comparison. I know The Hobbit is a prequel, it does connect directly to it, but I'm just saying. And they do have the Ultimate Collection of Lord of the Rings, so that was a bad example on my part. I do apologize, but you get what I'm saying though. Like when they make collectors Blu-ray sets, they try to make them attractive to collectors. So, yeah, and sometimes there's some weird inconsistencies. I think H Bart's mentioned like some of the James Bond collector sets don't include certain movies for weird reasons. So stuff like that happens,
Yeah. Anyway, I'm back.
Oh, okay,
so
good.
it was quick. It was quick. It was a quick thing.
I was kind of
no. I had to go take care of the cat because it's cold. It's cold. Yeah. She's old. She's like 14 years old. So she didn't want to come in, and then she wants to come in, and it's all.
Oh, that's right. Just March. That's actually correct. Matt, did you know this? Remember when they launched the Movies Anywhere service?
Yeah. Sony was giving away Ghostbusters 2016 for free, weren't they?
Yeah. So when you signed up for Movies Anywhere, you got a free copy of both Ghostbusters Answer the Call. Because remember they rebranded the movie that? They started calling it Ghostbusters Answer the Call. So we had like a subtitle. And they gave out the theatrical cut and the extended cut for free. And then they give you like 4 or 5 movies like to celebrate you getting the service or like connecting everything to it. So, yeah.
Here's the thing with that though is, again, answer the call. Who's fucking calling? Who's fucking calling? Like, no, not Gozer. Gozer wasn't mentioned. Zool was mentioned at the very end.
Oh, it was Zool. That's right.
But it wasn't.
Why did they do that, by the way. Like Zool's not the main threat. It's Gozer. Wouldn't Gozer be the one?
Because I don't know. They just most people like remember Zool and stuff. I guess
No, everyone remembers. Gozer.
I don't know. That's what they wrote. Like at the end, like who's Zool? It's just it is stupid. Anyway, we all agree. 2016. Actually, it's funny. I had the conversation tonight over dinner about this with my girlfriend. We were talking about this tweet. And she was like, yeah, the movie just wasn't good.
Hold up. This is my first time reading his tweet. Did he actually use the Kids' Choice Award as like a plug for his movie? Like, guys, you won the Kids' Choice Awards. Come on.
Well, he's being cheeky. All right. He is being cheeky about this. But
I don't know. The way I'm reading that, it's like,
well, I mean, look, I don't know. I mean, if I were a director that made a movie that was so universally like controversial as this one was, and they won Best Kids Choice Awards. I mean, isn't that like that's Nickelodeon, isn't it?
Yeah, it's Nickelodeon. Here's the thing though. as a kid, I loved the Kids' Choice Awards, but that shit is so rigged. It's so fucking rigged.
Yeah.
It's all rigged, dude.
Well, I know
it's all
rigged.
rigged.
Well, I know it's rigged, but either the kids voting are really, really stupid and they don't know what they're voting for, or it's completely rigged and they just give stuff like whatever they have for marketing purposes, and they get like an actor to come out for the award to get slimed on. So
Yeah, well, I mean, it's kind of like American Idol, right? People vote and whatever, but what they do is they look to see what the conversation is, like who's getting the most attention, and they keep that person around. Do you remember Sanjaya from like 2006?
Who?
Yeah, exactly. Sanjaya was a controversial American Idol performer or contestant who was terrible, but they kept him around for a number of weeks because it was everyone was talking about Sanjaya. It was popular. So it wasn't like people were voting to keep Sanjaya there.
So it's like a big neck Ed from that one that one Discovery Network show was on American Idol. It's like, well, everyone's talking about him, so just keep him around. Fuck it.
Yeah. Oh, what the fuck is this? Oh my god. Oh, it's an article from paste.com. Yeah. So Paul Feig put this out there, and people are giving him a hard time about it, as they should, because this is bitching. It's been 5 years, dude. Move on. So then you got this one right here. So we should have cherished the 2016 Ghostbusters when we had the chance, by Matt Rooney. No.
Hey, it's another person in the Matt multiverse thing.
No. I just want to read like the conclusion. Okay. All right. So it says here, I'm not here to say that Ghostbusters Afterlife is in itself a completely imperfect movie and that the 2016 Ghostbusters is a perfect one. But between the two, only the latter seems to have understood what the real spirit of Ghostbusters is, and in turn added to it. Okay, sorry, I just saw the next line there. The first movie got lucky and oh my god, I can't even. I'm gonna get mad. The first movie got lucky and became a monster success in 1984, but there's not much there that hints it was a true movie franchise behemoth. Okay.
What?
With the 2016 film, we got exactly what we needed to jumpstart the series. A hysterical time at the theater that could have been the start of something wild and increasingly fun, all while respecting what came before it and expanding on its own horizons for everyone to grow with. But that kind of vision for an established franchise is probably done for, and we should have enjoyed it when we had the chance. What creativity was bubbling, there is now gone in place of shameless fan service catered by yet another studio afraid to take a chance on something different with their precious IP, and for all the supposed fans who couldn't be less deserving. He writes for IGN, Joe Blow, Screen Rant, and Collider. Let me see. Am I blocked? Am I blocked by this guy? I'm not blocked by this guy. This is the guy. Yeah.
That's a cute dog.
That's cute. Yeah, it's a cute dog. It's a cute dog. All right. But you can tell that this is him most days.
I was gonna make a comment on that.
I love Spider-Man
that's pretty funny.
so much. I love that freeze frame.
I'm sorry. Everything he said.
Well, look at his bio though. He's a member of the Seattle Critics. Does he live by you?
Oh, I will say something. Oh, I will say something. You think that we should have? I mean, look, it's his opinion. Okay, fine. All right, it's his opinion.
The first tweet I see is, so the Santa Claus is a body horror movie, right?
Man.
Okay. He has some tweets. Wait. He censored himself? The fuck?
Nah, some people do that. It's because
I don't know.
What?
Okay, let's see here. At this point, only way Marvel, Disney, etc. could completely take everyone by surprise would be to just drop a movie out of the blue, make it in secret, announce it like a week before it comes out, with a vague trailer, no synopsis, no press materials, just here you go, enjoy. That's not true at all. I mean, this guy is so milk toast. Like he gets no one. Anyway, I don't know. I don't know. He watches stuff. Good for him. You know, I don't know. All right. I don't like that. The dog is cute. Okay, it's a cute puppy. Very cute puppy.
You get one good boy point.
He looks like a happy puppy, a good boy. Okay, you know, give him a bone. All right. Otherwise, that was painful. That was. I mean, like that was just bad, man. Like holy shit. Trying to argue. Okay, for one, how can he argue that Ghostbusters 2016 was able to get the spirit of the original movie? We're not doing Rational. I'm not doing another one on that one. I will get too angry. It's already 1:00 in the morning. I got out late tonight.
It's Christmas. I don't want Matt to
it's Christmas. I know. I'm all like I want to say some gamer words. Like what the fuck, dude? Jesus Christ. That my God.
Matt Jarbo's gonna get so pissed off he's gonna make Ghostbusters.
That is because I hate those takes. I fucking despise those takes because that guy, I'm sure he's a nice, lovely person. Okay. Right. I'm sure he's a nice guy. We'd probably have a fun time talking about stuff, but you can tell that he does not understand why 1984, why Ghostbusters Prime, fuck that shit. The original Ghostbusters, the real Ghostbusters, why that movie does what it does and why it held up. It didn't get fucking lucky. That movie didn't get lucky. It held up because it's a good movie. That's why it held up. Okay. I said this last night. I'll quickly reiterate this again. When you what you have is a movie that treats its world as real, meaning that the characters that are within that movie are reacting to a real world around them. So the humor comes out of that.
When Ghostbusters came out, I can understand the concept of saying, wow, this movie that nobody was really expecting much out of, just based on the concept and just what it was going for, ended up being so good and ended up being like such a surprise and a global, I use that term again, a global phenomenon, like this like really big blockbuster, the definition of what a true blockbuster is. Like, I think it's so bizarre to say it got lucky. Because, again, like, could you argue that perhaps a concept like that never should have worked in the first place because it is so bizarre and out of the box?
No. The concept is fine because dude, it's bathed in 80s capitalism.
Oh, no, absolutely. It's a workers' comedy.
That's what I said. It's a workman's comedy. Yeah, it's a it's a blue-collar comedy. And again, like, because they treat it like it's real, they treat it like it's like the world exists around them. Whereas in 2016, none of that happened. None of that happened. You know, there's like they do the rule of 3 for like, why doesn't this dumpling soup have more dumplings in it? They do multiple jokes about that, where they're out there behind a noodle bar blowing shit up in an alleyway in New York City, and like no one cares.
Yeah.
You know, absolutely.
I mean, again, like, it's full of such great worker jokes too. Like, it very much like that's what makes the premise so great, is that they're basically just exterminators in New York City, but they're instead of rats, it's ghosts.
Yeah,
know?
Yeah, that's
like,
all it is.
It treats the fantastical as very mundane in a sense. Until like close to the third act, of course, that's kind of like the whole point.
Where it all goes to hell and back, and then it ties into the fact that, like, you know, a couple of these guys are really into the occult and they figured it out. Whereas, you know, like they tried ripping that off again in the 2016 movie, where Abby and Aaron had written books on the supernatural and everything.
Yeah,
whereas
it was a bizarre structural choice of that film too, because the first movie, yes, they were all friends, but they never got into conflict with one another in the way the 2016 movie did, where you have Melissa McCarthy and Kristen Wiig. The whole crux of that movie is their friendship and like the fracturing between the two. Like, it doesn't make for like an entertaining movie where like the two leads are very likable.
Yeah, well, I mean, look at the dynamic of the original team. You got Venkman, who is the skeptic. You know, but he's also like the smooth talking skeptic. You've got Ray.
And Venkman's really into it because he kind of just wants to like utilize the supernatural stuff to like get women basically too.
Oh yeah, and he's into it. I mean, he understands it, but like he starts to believe it as the movie goes on. You know, he starts to kind of like understand that there's issues here and that, you know, Egon and Ray know what the fuck they're talking about. You know, and then like he's also like the face of the company. And because you could tell that Egon and Ray have no desire to do that, but Venkman can. And then obviously Ray and Egon are the true believers. Ray is like, you know, really into the lore, right? The occult, whereas Egon is into it as well, but also very into the science side, right? And so then here comes Winston, and Winston is your everyman.
Yeah, Winston's the everyman. He's your average New Yorker who just wants a job.
Right? And I love that. And I love that line when Janine is, you know, interviewing him. Like, do you believe in all these things? He's like, I'll believe whatever you want as long as it includes a paycheck.
Yeah, he's like, I'll believe whatever the hell you want as long as I get paid.
Exactly. Exactly. Right. And then there's that great scene with Ray and Winston where they're talking about like, you know, God and shit while they're like just cruising around in the Ecto-1 at night, you know, talking about stuff. It's like, it's like everyone treats the world around them.
It's a really good scene that gets overlooked a lot.
It really does get overlooked. Yeah.
It's a conversation. It's like I think it's like a conversation about like, does God exist, and like what happens when we die or whatever, or something.
It's something like that. I got to remember exactly what it is, but I remember it's a good convo. And again, that movie works on so many levels because it's able to tap into so many things that were relevant at the time. 2016 was like, what would happen if Snapchat made a fucking movie? You know, because it's before TikTok. So it's like, but it's just as it's like LOL random. Again, but here's that. I don't want to be too negative about this, right? But I will say this. The only good thing to come out of that movie is Chris Hemsworth, because him being funny is what got us the new Thor, the revamped Thor, which in my mind has fundamentally revamped the character. Because if they had not gone that route, we probably would have never gotten Thor 3, and we never would have gotten his storyline the way that it was and the way that it was performed in Infinity War and Endgame.
Oh, absolutely. It not only that,
100%.
had Chris Hemsworth not embraced becoming more of a comedic actor, Thor Ragnarok would have probably still happened, but it probably would have just been like a traditional fantasy movie. The Thor character just probably would have been done at that point. They probably would have retired him after Infinity War and Endgame. Who knows how they would handle him in those movies? Absolutely. Like, honestly, we wouldn't be getting a Thor 4 if this movie didn't click. So it did give us one good thing, which I am kind of grateful for. And
that's the only good thing about it is Chris Hemsworth was fucking funny. That was it. That was the only thing. And so I will speak positively about Ghostbusters 2016 on that front. If I ever meet Paul Feig, I will tell him that and nothing else. I'll be like, I like Chris Hemsworth in the movie. Thank you for giving us a funny Chris Hemsworth. And that's the only good thing I can say.
I will say this though. I appreciate that they allowed Chris Hemsworth to try to be funny, but his character does suck in that movie, and the jokes are kind of just lame. But I am appreciative that they tried. So.
What was really funny about that though is that they tried turning him into like they tried doing like the reverse like hot secretary thing, and then still ended up making him the villain, he gets converted, I guess, or possessed. That's the word? Yeah, possessed. I try not to think about Ghostbusters 2016 too much because it does bring me it makes me mad when people try to defend it. Like, I can understand people's opinions, but when you're like, well, we should really have like treated it better back then. No. Well, no, that movie is a prime example of why we should bring back bullying. I'm kidding.
Well, it's the same kind of people who like want to rewrite history about like. Well, I'll never forget this. Actually, I told you this is one of the videos I first heard about you with that whole Anita Sarkeesian didn't understand Breath of the Wild thing, where it's like, actually, guys, if you go back and look at this game, it kind of was misogynistic. It's like, no.
Or well, what about Anita and the whole like Mandalorian boob plate armor thing?
Oh my! Don't bring that up.
Like that blew up in her face, and she's been. I haven't seen much out of her this year. I'll tell you that much. I don't talk about her anymore. I mean, like, she still has just utterly terrible takes that boggle my mind in so many ways. Boggle my mind.
Yeah, and yes, that dude Vince Ghostbusters the video game is amazing. Go play that.
I actually haven't played that.
You really should. Have you at least watched the cutscenes?
No, I haven't. Oh,
dude, for the longest time, that was the perfect Ghostbusters 3.
Well, no, because I was there when Ivan Reitman denounced it as canon, right? Said it was no longer canon, but then they've gone back and they've retconned that.
Which is
So
good.
if,
It does its way to be canon.
Well, yeah, you can't sit there and say it's not canon. Well, this was also in 2017, a year after the 2016 movie, when I think they were still trying to figure it out.
Yeah, they weren't sure what they were really doing yet.
Yeah. So, I mean, that's one of the things right there. All right. Benson here, £5, buddy. Thank you, man. Says Matt, RJ, and audience, have a fantastic Christmas celebrating with your family. Make sure 2022 is your year of happiness and success. Thank you, sir. You too. I really hope you have a good one, man. Because I know right now it's Christmas Eve morning where he's at, so you get the day, and that's going to be pretty fun. But all right, let's
There
bring.
was one other super chat, by the way.
Did I miss another one there? Oh no, I think I missed one from. Oh yeah, right. RPK, buddy. I'm so sorry. It says here, Blumhouse is going to be the only studio to release smaller movies in theaters going forward, in my opinion. I actually, they release through Universal, but yeah. Effectively, you're right, because they put out a lot of content. They have television, they do streaming movies with Amazon. They do they just did I think 10 feature films for Amazon over Halloween. Or something like that, like 10 days of Blumhouse or whatever the fuck it was called. And then also, yeah, with like Halloween movies and everything else. Like these guys have, revitalized the horror genre. They've absolutely revitalized the horror genre in a way that I think, could also be applied to other ways. Like, where is the low to mid-budget comedy? The raunchy comedy that would get butts in seats. People would go see that. People always want to see a comedy. They always want to laugh at that shit. And like, why isn't that there? Where's the science fiction stuff that's not comic book related? I know comic book movies do well, but there are other ways. I know Dune did well, and that's a prime example of a property being able to kind of operate on its own, but still, I don't know. I want to see them figure it all out. Right?
Apparently, Deranged Enosh left a super chat as well.
Did he? I did not see that. I'm sorry, Deranged Enosh. Let me go back and take a look. Oh, right, female RJ. Oh. There you go.
Okay.
All right. I mean, it's better than Gal Gadot with Gadot with facial hair.
Yeah.
I mean, that's that's good, right? Okay, so let's take a look here. This is the Warhammer. This is something that Command Unit asked us to check out. It's short. It's a trailer. New heroes for the Dark Imperium. Let's give this thing a go. I know, is Rhea here? Rhea does love her some 40K.
I look now upon my father's Imperium, 10,000 years after its birth, and I see a kingdom on the edge of annihilation. We have not conquered. We have only endured. We have not thrived. We have merely survived. We have let the galaxy burn. But all is not lost. Salvation dawns with the promise of ancient lore drawn forth from the Imperium's golden age. We have blended the Emperor's vision with the arcane sagacity of the Adeptus Mechanicus. We have wrought new wonders with the clay of human flesh. And we have bred new warriors for this darkest of ages. Gene-forged beyond the capabilities of their brethren, armed and equipped with weapons befitting their stature as the truest heirs of the Primarch's legacies. To the Space Marine chapters bloodied and besieged in the Dark Imperium, we bring reinforcement. To the chapters lost in valiant duty or driven to destruction, we offer rebirth. To the enemies of my father's empire,
this narrator sounds like one of the clone.
With these words, I, Rabute Gilliman, Lord Commander of the Imperium, son of the Emperor of mankind, declare the Indomitus Crusade. Traitors, mutants, demons, pay heed to the coming of my armies and the ruin we promise your miserable kind. This galaxy is ours.
All right.
Dr. Manhattan?
I don't know. A lot of it's definitely something that there's a lot of lore there, which I do enjoy, and command unit here for 6 shekels. Thanks, buddy. Happy Christmas Day, and to all a good crusade. Thank you.
Heck yeah.
Let's see. Oh yeah, okay, that's right. McLeod did drop the convo in the chat. I saw that. Yeah. Wish I could find that again real quick. As I'm trying to find the little thing. H bars one. Okay, "Suck My Cock" by Matt Rogers. Okay, that's like. Let me just Google "Suck My Cock" by Matt Rogers. That's
I'm sure that won't bring up anything weird in the search engine.
Well, it's I'm gonna I'm just gonna look it up on. Okay, where is it at there? All right. Jesus Christ. Okay, so this is a parody of Jingle Bell Rock. So it's "Suck on My Cock," but it's a parody of Jingle Bell Rock. Why not? Maybe tomorrow night.
Whoa! What is this cover? What the hell?
Sometimes being naughty is nice.
Rated Xmas.
I've heard this
Christmas
before.
Song parodies. Wow. Okay.
Sing
I need a
along,
whole album
kids.
out of this.
Sing along. Yeah, I don't know what the lyrics of the song are. So, oh my God, this is why it's Hollywood After Dark, folks.
I'll sing along.
Stroke of my, lick of my, suck of my cock.
Jeez.
It's the first time for you, so here's what you do. Unzip me and strip me and show me you care. Don't go ripping out my pubic hair. Reach for my, grab for my, pull at my cock. You can do it with ease. Just get on your knees. Start licking and slurping. My dick will get firm. Soon you'll be tasting sperm.
Oh my God.
Do it right now and don't bite now. Drag your tongue across my meat. If you give me head, there's no need to spread. By now you should know a blowjob can't be beat. Faster now, deeper now into your throat. The secret is not to choke. Take my shaft by its base, stuff the whole thing in your face. That's how you suck on my cock.
Well then.
That was a work of art.
Oh, it's still war. Okay.
You make my dick swell as I moan and yell. Heed the warning when I scream. Although your throat is sore, you'll have to open more to gasp your last breath before I shoot my cream. Slurp it up, lick it up, don't ever stop.
Oh my God.
Swallow every last drop. Now that you eat my meat, I'll never have to beat my meat. Thanks for stroking mine. Thanks for licking mine. Thanks for sucking my cock.
Well, okay then. So this is officially
Merry
demonetized. So there's a whole album. We're not playing the whole album. That's for fucking certain.
Album.
There's a whole album with that one.
Do you
I mean, like,
do you want to look at the names of the songs at least?
oh yeah. Hold on. Let me bring it back up because I closed it out. Let me bring it back up here.
So I'm just curious what the names of the songs are.
All right. So let's see what exactly it could be here. So I gotta find it. All right. Where's the full album? Okay, that's an age restricted video too, by the way.
Oh, I'm sure.
All right. Rated Xmas. Okay, I have to Google it here. Rated Xmas track list. What are the tracks? Okay. So there's like 8 tracks apparently. Okay. And it says here, so track 1, Drunken Santa's Coming to Town. All right. I Saw Mommy Fucking Santa. Rudolph the Deep Throat Reindeer.
Oh no.
Suck on My Cock, which we just saw. Frosty the Pervert. I Love to Choke My Chicken with My Hand.
That was a Christmas song.
What?
I mean, well, you can kind of do it any time of year, but maybe it's really special if it's outside in the cold. Have yourself a 1-900 Christmas. Do you guys even know that reference?
No.
1-900 numbers used to be like the phone sex lines.
Okay.
So yeah. And then have a pornographic Christmas.
Why is it porn? Come on.
And that album was released September 16th, 1997.
Wow.
Yeah, you can get the whole thing. Yeah, there's a lot there, man. There's I guess so. Maybe there's more songs on here. Maybe.
Let's get into Matt Rogers lore here.
Yeah,
I think we've even though we've only just seen the tip, I think that's enough.
No, I want to see the whole. I want to see the base.
You want to see? Okay. Like I just want to look all the way down the shaft, like I'm aiming down my iron sights at your nuts.
Mm-hmm. Let's go to the rabbit hole.
Toronto Freddy here says, want to see my Xmas parody video? It's the same name as here. How long is it? Because I do need to get to bed. It is 1:30. So let's see.
Damn near 4.
Speaking of Christmas, by the way, it is Christmas Eve. I just wanted to say, if you're interested in Encanto, the Disney animated film is now available on Disney Plus, starting today. So, and we're 5 days away from Book of Boba Fett.
That is right. Yeah, that's right. I just saw that that they dropped Encanto. I thought it was dropping tomorrow, as in Christmas Day.
Yeah, I guess it's Christmas Eve. So.
Oh, good. That's something for my girlfriend's been very much looking forward to watching it. Although I haven't seen the movie, but she's like, I bet you the ending of the movie is the girl not having a power is the power the whole time, is like what saves the day, and I'm like probably. I mean, either, I want to see it. I'll tell you, we've been watching Ron's Gone Wrong a lot. That's a really solid movie. If you haven't seen it, it's a good kids film.
Is it as good as Mitchell's versus the Machines though?
It's kind of like Mitchell's versus the Machines light, it feels like, but I kind of prefer it because it's very contained.
See, and for me, it's Mitchell's versus the Machines all the way. I'm gonna rewatch that movie a lot.
Okay, Toronto Freddy says it's 30 seconds.
That's not bad.
No, it's not bad. I'm looking through here. Is it your last video? Is it the Christmas joints? That's 1:44. I mean, there's a lot. You have a lot of videos here, so I don't know specifically which one it is. Is it the special message to Saggy Melons?
Oh man.
Wait, what?
Oh,
no, I don't think it's what you think it is. I know he did an outro for her, which I've seen.
Oh, wait a minute. Hold up. Is that the... Oh, he's the guy who dresses up as Freddy Krueger? Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, that guy's awesome, actually.
Okay. Yeah, no, it's really good. I saw it on Saggy's, and I didn't know that it was him. So I just kind of to myself went like, oh, she must have bought that through Fiverr or something.
Oh yeah. It must be the one you just put out 26 minutes ago.
Yeah. Oh, I see what you're doing here. I see how this works. You come in here, you're like, I'm going to pay $2 to get some free airtime. Well, you know what? It's Christmas. I'm giving him a hard time.
Dude, this guy is Freddy.
No, I'm just giving him a hard time.
Oh, I know.
I have no problem. I have no problem watching people's work. I like to support it.
Joe, you're funny.
All right.
Megapodtastic says, FYI, Movies Anywhere gave me a free digital copy of Ghostbusters 2016 for leaking my accounts. And I called their customer service and asked them to remove it from my account.
That is the way. You have to do it like that. Let's see here. Shifty Gizm says, I need to subscribe to D Plus this weekend so I can binge watch Bad Batch, as I'm sure it will tie into Bubba Fett. Maybe. I don't know.
Yeah, real quick though, maybe you can talk about this another night. I am curious though if you feel like the marketing campaign for Book of Boba Fett's been a little lackluster.
Well, it's on purpose.
Well, I know it is because they said they've only been showing the first 15 minutes.
Yeah, and that's the whole point. Like, apparently, like I was talking with Ty about it, and Ty was telling me that they're not getting any press screeners.
Really?
Yeah.
That's interesting.
That's so I don't know. I thought they would, but they're not. They're not giving the press anything. And you know what? Good. Good.
That must mean there must be a big surprise.
I heard there's a legacy character introduction. Like that's what I'm hearing.
I've heard certain things. I would not.
But
say
I'm not gonna say. I don't want to know anything. Also, like I've talked to Mikey. Mikey knows not to tell me Star Wars spoilers. Like scoops are one thing, but like spoilers are another. Like he knew about the Luke Skywalker shit, and he didn't tell me. I would have been pissed if he would have told me. I would have been very cool, but I would have been like, nah, man, because like I wish I would
cool. I'm glad you knew that and shared that with me, but still, fuck you.
Yeah, like no, fuck. I don't want to know that shit. I watched it. I cried like everybody else, and I distinctly remember that moment. And I need to go watch Mando again because that's we watched. Oh, no, today we watched the Lego Star Wars Holiday Special again, which is the holiday special is really good.
It is good. It
is good.
Yeah,
and I still love it. I still crack a smile when they go into Mandalorian. When they travel into the Mandalorian. And you hear the theme song, and then it's like Mando and IG-11 are got Baby Yoda and they're fighting stormtroopers, and then like Rey and Vader look at the baby and they go, "Oh, it's so cute," and then they just fall back through the hole. I like it. It's funny. Anyway, all right, we're gonna give this a go. Freddy's Nightmare Christmas Joints. All right.
No, folks, you ain't dreaming. Boiler Room Recordings presents Freddy's Nightmare Christmas Joint. He'll have you absolutely terrified with I Wish You a Scary Christmas.
Scary Christmas. I wish you a scary Christmas. I wish you a scary Christmas. And a slashing new year.
He'll have you screaming out, somebody wake me up with I Got Your Soul.
Oh, you're fearful, cause I'm frightful. To me, that's so delightful. You ain't got nowhere to go. I got your soul, I got your soul, I got yours.
You'll be wishing it wasn't the holidays when you hear have yourself a scary little Christmas.
Let yourself drift off. Once I get you, you'll be screaming, please, Freddy, stop.
You'll be forcing yourself to stay awake with Freddy's claws are taking you down.
Better cry, you better pout, cause you're gonna die.
I would say I love like
Freddy's claws are taking
I love this
you down.
He'll have you feeling like you were back in 2003 with While in Hell.
Well, in hell, after I fell, I got the mama's going to kill for me. Sleep, you fall, I turn your sweet dreams into
Whatever you do, don't sleep on this brand new holiday album. Call 1-800-618-4425 to order yours now, bitch.
I liked it. The audio was a little low on the singing. That would be my only criticism. Is just
I love character parody Christmas albums because like when they did that in Spider-Verse for like you had the Spidey Christmas album, that shit was funny. And they released that on Spotify too, which I thought was fucking great.
Oh, they did. I didn't know that. That's
I believe so. Yeah, I would totally listen to a Freddy Krueger Christmas album.
That was pretty good. No, I like the lyrics are pretty good, and I enjoyed the callback to 2003, which is Freddy versus Jason. By the way,
Yeah.
August 2003, first weekend if I recall, and everything else. You know, Hayes, that they Toronto Freddy, you got Twitter, dude. Look up Shannon Swift, SHANNON Swift. He is one of the screenwriters of Freddy versus Jason, and he'll talk about Freddy versus Jason to you. So if you want to like send him that, he should get a kick out of that. So I would if you want to kind of like show that to somebody who could really appreciate it, who's worked on it.
Okay, he doesn't have an external mic.
Oh, you're using an M200. Yeah. Dude, you can get one for your smartphone. That they're pretty inexpensive. I use the Rode Video Mic Plus, and I think it's like the TR3 or TR4 adapter for certain things. But no, man, like keep up at it, dude. Keep up at it. That's a good.
It's a great cosplay for sure. It looks great.
Yeah, no, it looks great, man. Like I wish you nothing but the best. I'd really recommend like reaching out to people who are big horror nuts on Twitter, and then showing that to them. They'll get a kick out of it. Because those horror horror guys are like super into their side.
Yeah, like some of the like horror movie fans are some of like the nicest dudes ever. Like there's like some really cool people in that community for sure.
I honestly, it is like they're like, hey man, you want to watch this really horrible movie? Yes. And like they're all happy with it. Like it doesn't matter. A horrible horror movie is as good as a good horror movie to these guys. Like they all really like. Oh, you're not a fan of Freddy versus Jason?
Hey, listen, I don't blame him. So
I like Freddy versus Jason. I mean, it's more comical.
I know. I wish it was more focused on Freddy and Jason versus those stupid teenagers, but oh well.
They always go against stupid teenagers, though, and in the end, the stupid teenagers always win.
I know.
But I agree with H Bars though that Freddy versus Jason versus Ash should have.
Oh hell yeah!
Should have happened.
Dude, that movie should have got made.
The comic is actually not terrible. The comic's actually pretty good. But that again, that's one where you're mixing IPs.
Hey, it's Instagram, Toronto Freddy. A lot of horror people use Instagram.
Oh yeah. A lot of horror people on Instagram, totally. I got to spend more time on Insta. Like I feel like it's probably a more welcoming community to talk about movies. Twitter is just like.
You know what? Instagram's not too bad lately.
Twitter's just full of people who fucking hate you though. Like not you specifically, me specifically. David Riley though here says Resident Justice enjoyed watching you on the Four Nerds Network channel.
Thank you, I appreciate that.
Got a hand, but don't tell Dawson you were over here.
Hey, shut it. David still wants to watch my show, Jervo.
No, watch the show, absolutely. Wait, hold on. Is Andrew Casale still here? Or did you guys boot him out?
No, he's saying if people he's gonna explode and he's making threats. So I'm just like, okay, that's enough. So.
Oh come on, dude. Come on. If you time me out again, I'm going to explode. If you do, like, I mean, like, what kind of explode? Like spontaneous combustion or like premature ejaculation? I'm trying to gauge
someone could have bought him the Toby sex doll, so who knows?
Yeah, Casale has gone crazy. Did I see the John Wick 4 teaser? I don't think there was a teaser.
It wasn't a teaser. It was more like a
poster
announcement. No, the release date announcement.
Oh, right. Oh, yeah. You showed me that. Yeah. So I kind of feel like I know I should go to bed, but I kind of feel like we got to talk to Andrew.
Oh no! Come on, it's Christmas. It's Christmas.
Not to be mean, but it's like, how do you like? I just kind of feel like I feel bad for the guy.
If you want to bring him on,
no, I need backup. I don't want to do it alone.
Okay,
no, we won't. I'm just saying, like, look, I just want Andrew to calm down, and like, like, dude, go find a bootleg Music Man here says no. No, man. Rational asking, did we watch the Uncharted trailer at the beginning of the stream? Yeah, we watched it.
By the way, that movie looks great. I hadn't seen that second trailer until you guys watched it. The scene with the flying pirate ships, that looked great. That was straight up, and I was like, oh wow, very happy. I hope it's good. I really hope it's good.
Same.
So, all right. Well, here's the thing with Andrew Casale. I'll say this and then we'll wrap it up. I wish him a Merry Christmas, as I wish all of you a Merry Christmas or Happy Holiday, whatever you celebrate. I hope you spend time with your family and your friends. If you really love Spider-Man No Way Home, it's still playing in like every theater. You can go watch it 5-6 times a day.
I've already seen it 3 times, so
yeah. So if you're worried about Toby, go support the movie, and then write Sony and go, hey, I've seen this movie a bunch for Toby. Give me more Toby. And you know what? You might be able to start an online petition. You never know. You never know.
And you know what? I agree with Gizm. If you're feeling a little stressed out, there's some great porn parodies of Spider-Man 2002 and Spider-Man 2. Go seek them out.
I'm pretty sure you could probably find like Toby and Mary Jane getting it on, or Miles and Gwen Stacy.
Yeah.
Whatever your particular kink might be.
Andrew, it's Christmas. Don't say that.
Wait, what?
He's basically saying he's gonna kill you.
You get an Aunt Mayhem? Like, I'm gonna jump out the way and let the clinic. Oh, I see. Okay. Oh wow. Do a GoFundMe for Spider-Man 4. Oh, holy shit. All right. So here's the thing. Andrew, buddy, calm down. Just calm down. And you know what? Like, if you you know, I don't know, just chill out, go watch the movie again, man. And I think we're gonna probably yeah, RJ, I know. All right, we're gonna wrap it up, guys. So Jimbo, do you have a channel? Can people find you anywhere?
Oh yeah, well, I'm primarily on Twitch and Twitter at Black Ops JB, but then my YouTube is Black Ops JMB01.
Yeah, Jimbo mostly does video game streams on Twitch.
I'm assuming it's like Call of Duty.
That and a bunch of other stuff as well.
Cool, man. All right, we'll go ahead and check that one out. And then RJ, are you ever planning on coming back to your channel?
Yeah, no. Well, I did some stuff over the channel over the weekend, or not the weekend, but when I was in Vegas, and I will be doing a stream on the 26th at 4:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. It'll be a stream discussing the future of Spider-Man and the franchise as a whole. So we'll be discussing where stuff goes from here, what we'd like to see, all that kind of fun stuff. Maybe I'll do a stream also sometime next week talking about like the state of the DC universe if I feel like losing friends. So we'll see.
Oh, that's always fun.
Yeah,
it is. But no, listen, you guys are awesome. Thank you guys very much tonight for coming on in and just having a great time. I know I was a half hour late. I apologize, but we'll be on tomorrow night a little earlier because it's Christmas. I won't be out doing driving, and I'm thinking I might do for fun, give it a shot. Maybe we'll do like 30, 40 minutes over here, and then maybe we can pop over to Twitch and do like a Die Hard like watch party or something. So I don't know. We'll see how it goes. We'll see if we can get it early enough in the evening to where it's not gonna be that big of a problem. I don't know. I want to do it. I'm just also worried about copyright. It's a weird thing for me. It's a weird thing for me.
That. I mean, tomorrow I'm gonna be making a very nice ham dinner with red potatoes and green beans, all some nice fun stuff. And watch some Christmas movies. I don't know. You guys got any recommendations for stuff to watch? I mean, I obviously am gonna watch Die Hard, Elf, Christmas Story.
The Ref. If you can find The Ref.
The Ref.
That's a good. Yeah, it's Dennis Leary and Kevin Spacey. It's a really
Kevin
funny
Spacey,
movie
though, for Christmas.
Yeah, dude. Oh my God. I'm going to talk about this tomorrow. I got to remember it though. So Kevin Spacey was trending on Twitter tonight. And I'm like, oh no, what did he do now? And it's just everybody getting hyped up for whatever weirdest fuck video he's going to release on Christmas. Because he releases all those Frank Underwood videos.
Ooh, yes. Thank you, Kira. Fat Man. You gotta look up Fat Man.
Oh, Fat Man is great, dude. I fucking love Fat Man.
Is he going to just like release a message and just give more children, childhood trauma? Just give them that for Christmas as a gift?
Just give him Fat Man? Or yeah.
No, just Kevin Spacey things.
And you know what? I might need to go see Ghostbusters Afterlife over the weekend for sure. I've been meaning to watch that movie. I need to go out and see it.
After watching Hawkeye finale, I kind of want to go watch. I kind of want to go back and watch Black Widow for some more Yelena Belova.
She's an awesome character.
Oh, and I gotta watch Encanto too. There's a lot of shit I want to watch.
There is a lot of shit to watch. Yeah, that's how this always goes, man. That's how this always fucking goes. Tons of shit. All right, everybody, we're gonna go. Have yourself a great evening. Enjoy your holidays. Spend time with your family. We'll see you tomorrow. And if anyone knows what the fuck Bat Dan was talking about, please let me know.